Welcome to ComicCast issue. Gaumer threw me off. Number 177, brought to you by Dwayne's World Comics and Games. 457 East Sullivan Street in Kingsport, Tennessee. They carry comic books, graphic novels, statues, toys, and gaming merchandise, including miniature games, board games, and RPGs. Check them out, Dwayne's World Comics and Games, Kingsport, Tennessee. My name is Boogie Bentley.
I'm Jason.
And this is Gaumer.
And Adam is, he didn't even tell us where he was at. He just said he's not coming.
I'm not coming.
That's fine. We're at ComicCast.
I don't want to do the homework.
I thought that's what happened. At
Ooh.
ComicCast Pod, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, wherever you get social with your media. We are currently live on Facebook. We're live on Twitch. We're on Periscope. And here at our home of all homes, the S&B Network on YouTube. Smash that like button, share out the link. Let's grow the live chat. It's the 2019 ComicCast Award nomination show.
The Casties.
Mm-hmm. The Casties.
We're just making nominations, man.
That's stupid.
What is this? What are we doing? What's happened? What's going on? Who's here? Comic Book Bob is here. He says, hola.
Oh, hey,
and then he
Bob.
says, I'll be right back. You guys aren't that important.
I thought Bob was doing an interview.
He was doing an interview, and now all of a sudden he's with us.
Just
So it
moments ago.
Must have just wrapped up. Chad Johnson's here. We know you.
Chad's always here.
Comic
Oh, yeah.
Crazy hanging out at 512. Jason, did you post it in the Comic Core group?
I did. I just did.
Cool. Where they at? They're not here showing love to me like I was them last night. That hurts my feelings.
Yeah,
we got-
did. We'll see.
We got free digital codes. We're about to start dropping in the live chat, so be on the lookout for those. Anything you guys want to talk about before we get into this long, heated debate of our favorite
boy.
comic books?
Well, before the debate, I have an announcement, but do you want to talk
Oh,
about
an
some of
announcement?
this week's books?
Well,
Well, I have
we'll
to-
do that after the nominations.
Mhm.
I have to note some of my stuff because I have lists all over the internet for this year. And some of my books, I'm not even going to throw into the mix here because this is sort of different, you know? Like my favorite best new series is Money Shot from Tim Seeley over there at Scout Comics or Vault Comics. I always forget which one. But anyway,
Yeah, mix those two up too.
but that's not gonna make these nominations.
Yeah, no one's read that. I want to read it because you make it sound like it's great. It's the best thing ever. So I
It's
got to read
very
it. Man.
cool.
I got to check it out.
Yeah, Chad, don't get me started on Donny Cates. this
Chad
week,
Johnson
please.
says, Donnie Cates wins everything. Chad, what did I tell you weeks
Oh,
ago?
boy.
These two guys right here now
No.
hate Donnie Cates.
I don't hate
No,
Donny
we don't
Cates.
hate him.
Yes,
We don't
they
hate him.
do.
No,
I've been
no.
arguing with them all day.
His
They hate
Venom
don't hate him.
is still
Donny Cates.
wonderful, but
Don't believe him. Don't believe him, Chad.
sometimes you shouldn't get what you wish for. And he really wanted to do Thor. Sometimes you shouldn't get what you wish for.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
So I'm adding books and creators and titles to my nominations on this show in a different context. You know what I mean? Man, I did not read the latest.
These
Mountainhead.
guys,
I so
these guys
have to.
love Mountainhead. Yeah, the issue 1. I never read it, and I didn't get a chance to.
It's rad. I need to catch up. There's
Is that
too
what we-
many books. There's too many comics to read.
Do we want to get into the debate first and then
For what?
for the books, for the nominations? Or do we want to
Sure.
talk about this week's books? How do you guys want to do it?
I don't
Oh
care.
yeah, huh?
It's up to you,
Mm.
Boogie. I might be worn out. I may not have any breath left to talk about.
Well, let's
how
just do it. Let's just get
Donny
into
Cates was
some
terrible this week.
let's get into some comic books. Then I'll go ahead and throw a free digital code in the
Yeah.
chat right now.
The best thing I read this week was
Ooh,
X-Men
nice.
number 4.
Well,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
calm
definitely.
down. Calm
Definitely.
Oh, my bad, Boogie. I thought you were putting a code in.
down. This was a segue. I
thought you were
did.
putting on the code.
I put a code in for Hawkeye Freefall. So let's talk
Oh.
about it while that code is in the chat.
Everything
Matthew
that was
Otto Schmidt.
everything that was promised by the creator on this very program was delivered. I had a great time reading it. It was fun. It had some sexy time. It had some
It did.
really funny moments. It had some cool action in it. I'm a fan. I liked Hawkeye Freefall.
Mhm.
It was good.
I like how the hood's like transformed in the limo. He's untouchable,
Dope.
man.
Dope.
Yeah, man. With the mayor let him go, I think it was.
I like how Clint's banging the night nurse. What a great idea.
Totally.
I loved the second half of the book way more than I did the first half of the book. And it's because what we talked about when Rosenberg was on and Jason was talking about Tales of Suspense. And we were talking about the humor and how
Winter Soldier came in there.
Hawkeye is the butt of the joke. And we talked about this before we went live.
Yeah.
And it works when he has a side character. Where it concerns me, and hey, it's called Hawkeye Freefall. And I even saw Rosenberg making jokes about this. He's like, oh, this is going to go 1,000 issues. He's like, come on, it ain't going 1,000 issues. It's got a subtitle. It ain't going to last long.
Right.
How long? This can go as long as he's got good side characters. But Bucky and Sam were perfect playing off of Hawkeye. It's Hawkeye. It's supposed to be this way. I know that, and the way he talked about it, I knew it was going to be this way. I want Hawkeye to be the superstar of his book, not the butt of the jokes. I still had fun with it. It probably won't. It probably won't.
Yeah, he's more
but maybe that's why a solo Hawkeye title doesn't work.
I don't know. He's more of like an F-up. He's a goofball, but I guess it depends on who's writing him. But I mean, so far recently, it's been Rosenberg that's been writing him. So, he's kind of developed on who the character is now for the last year or two. Yeah. So I think he's going to be this kind of, goofy, silly guy, but he wants to be more than what he is. He wants to be better.
Does he want
to?
I put in my notes exactly, and it bleeds with exactly what you're saying. He is the Starscream to somebody else's Megatron. He's always the goofball. I want to be better, but I'm never going to be cool enough.
Right.
That's the way I take the character.
Totally, I agree.
But yeah, what's wrong with that? But what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, but he's not satisfied with it. Yeah, he's
Yeah, I think Rosenberg understands this character's place in the overall Marvel Comics universe. He's on the premier team in the universe, but he has no powers. He's in here with a dude walking around in a mega suit of armor and super soldiers and Asgardian gods who are cosmic now for some reason. But he's sort of the wimp of the team. You know what I mean? And everybody was crapping on him. Even his best friends didn't believe him. So-called best friends, teammates didn't believe that he wasn't Ronin. He's like, no, I'm not Ronin. Why? Why do they not believe him? Because he is who he is. Because he's Hawkeye. Of course you're not.
So who's this mystery Ronin? Because Jason's idea when Rosenberg was on, the more I thought about it, the more I got excited about how cool would it be if Kate Bishop was freaking this Ronin?
I'd be okay with that. And
I would love it.
The thing that leads me to believe that is they made such a big deal about calling out Echo. And they said it doesn't look like it's a girl wearing the costume. And I'm like, that's sort of a weird thing to say. That it doesn't look like it's a girl in the costume. Right.
It makes you say Kate Bishop's out of the picture now because it doesn't look like a woman. So, but it could be a false flag. It could be a false flag.
That's what it feels like to me. It feels like he's sort of, I don't know, but I hope it's a good payoff.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see Hawkeye versus Kate Bishop. It's so cool. Hawkeye versus Hawkeye, Could
Kate Bishop take down the Winter Soldier and Falcon the way that happened, though?
I would say no, but I mean, unless you write her that way, make her more powerful than she is, you could always do that. But
yeah.
What'd you think of the artwork? Because Otto Schmidt on Arrow, I remember when Rebirth started, I said, this dude is so good. I didn't like it as much as Arrow.
No way. I liked it.
I liked it. I just felt like, I don't know, man. When I read those first few issues of Green Arrow, I was like, this is next level. It could be. It could be.
That was my take on it. I really enjoyed the artwork. It was typical Otto Schmidt work, really good. But yeah, the coloring to me seemed a little bit off. A lot of reds going around for a character always wearing purple. And I don't know if that even means any damn thing. But I was thrown off a little bit by the.
I like Night Nurse's T-shirt she wore. It said Hulk was right.
Yeah,
yeah. he's the one who shot Hulk in the eye.
Yeah,
yeah. That was hilarious.
Classic Rosenberg, man.
I like that. Yeah.
Cracking jokes. I love it.
I thought it might have been a little bit overdone. The whole Bachelor thing. They were pushing in that Hawkeye. Doesn't have any clean clothes. All these weird stereotypes. Come on, we get it. He's a low life douchebag. You don't have to push that into there.
I do like how Hood was like. They're talking to limo. Hawkeye's like, I'm an Avenger. He's like, are you? Are you though?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like we have an Avengers book, and he's not on the team.
Yeah.
He's not an Avenger.
Yeah.
Guys, we got 17 hanging out in the live chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button, share out the link, help us grow this chat. We're talking about some books that came out this week, and then we're going to get into some heavy debates about the 2019 ComicCast Award nominations. But you guys, the listeners, will vote and make the final determination on who wins these. The infamous No Prize, just some Twitter recognition. I know they're so excited about it, but all the polls will go up.
Click. What the hell do you want? You just got to push a button.
All the polls will go up on Twitter at ComicCast Pod.
And that's a lot of work, but good job. That's a lot of.
We're sharing out some digital codes too, so stick around. We're going to be dropping some more codes as we go along. Let's talk about X-Men now. I know you're excited. I'm excited. Jason's excited.
Oh my gosh.
X-Men Apocalypse shop that men's big and tall, mutants big and tall.
Well, no, Krakoa's making all their clothes.
Yeah, he's got it.
Saying.
They look sharp though.
Oh, it felt like to me, and I told Gomer this when he was praising it, it felt like a movie, man. It's like
it did.
You got all this stuff going on in the background while they're sitting down having this discussion, and everybody thinks they know what is going on, but really only the X-Men know what is going on. Yeah. It was so freaking good, man.
They go to, now that we got Krakoa and all this, they're their own nation. So they're getting invited to these economic panels, these worldwide international places where the people in power talk about how they're going to screw over everybody else. And the X-Men show their balls. That's really the only way to say it. They go in there and they don't take any guff from these folks who think that they have power. And it sort of explains a little bit too much. Magneto goes on this spiel and is like, no, we know exactly how we're going to beat you. We're going to beat you the same way you have beaten everyone else. We're going to take power and take money and do everything what we can. And then we're going to buy off your politicians and we're going to take over your corporations. And if there's a problem, we're just going to not deal with the problem. We're going to buy the problem. And that's what we can do. And this whole time while this discussion is happening over dinner, and it was great because they actually have the menu as one of the infographics in the book, which was, I thought, perfect.
We need an X cookbook now.
Yeah, exactly.
I laughed at it.
There's
I don't need the menu.
There's two teams of mercs who are out to kill these mutants while they're here, which we know doesn't matter anymore. Top floor, bottom floor. In between is the dinner. And at one point, this dude accidentally takes off his blocker, and Xavier picks up on it. And he's like, "Oh, Scott, by the way," and Scott and Gorgon are there to as protection as bodies on these guys. They just go off. They're like, okay, and they go and take care of it. I think the most compelling instance in this book to me was when Scott's fighting a guy, Xavier's got them all linked together, and Magneto uses his powers remotely to knock a gun out of one of the terrorists' hands. Like Scott, like, hey, can I get a hand here? And in the middle of this speech that Magneto's given, this awe-inspiring speech, just denigrating all of these world leaders, he uses his power to knock the gun out of this terrorist's hand. And I don't think I've ever seen powers quite used like that with dudes.
It's always like face to face, not like a floor or like below, not seen. But I guess he used, Xavier's kind of sense of space to do it.
But how far does that link go? Because if you remember, Magneto pulled that bullet from Astonishing X-Men that Kate was locked in. Remember that? She was locked in this space bullet miles and miles away. Yeah. And he pulled that bullet back. It's just you could have Magneto on every mission as long as Magneto or Xavier is there to tie him in.
Sick duo. That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be another X book that should come out. It's just their adventures together.
Yeah, but then they let the cat out of the bag, and they say, "Well, while this is going on, just to let everybody else know, there have been 2 terrorist squads, one above us trying to wipe us out." And he literally points out the American, diplomat or whatever there, and says, "Yeah, he's the douchebag who did it." But he's like, "It's okay, we get it. I still love you, but we're going to win. You can't stop us." Yeah, and that's all this issue was just the X-Men showing their balls to the rest of the world. It, and it was amazing. It was
big dick swinging. Hickman,
that's exactly what it was. That's
so good, dude.
Demonetized. It's over.
Dude, it was ridiculous. They showed up to Bilderberg and just like rolled the meeting.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like ridiculous.
There's this point where they're talking about how the mutants are better and how they're better because, well, humans don't remember their past. They don't learn from their past. They don't remember their history. They don't even remember what happened at the end of the Bronze Age. You don't even know what stopped the Bronze Age, the first Dark Age. And then they start talking a little bit more, and it's
Apocalypse.
Like, yeah, and Apocalypse is like, well, yeah, I know what stopped the Bronze Age. It was me. And not only is that a badass moment, but it also ties into the whole thing where, the X-Men know their history and they learn from it. They know they can topple you, and they know exactly how to do it. And this is still, Dawn of X is still early. It's still bright and sunny in the morning. We don't know where this is leading. And Hickman's got plans.
You know, there's going to be an event later on.
It's going to be
Because
he's still building
the
them.
X-Men Fantastic
Yeah, it's
Four
still
book
building.
that Zdarsky's riding.
Oh, I
That's
can't
gonna
wait
be
for that.
Oh,
dude.
yes.
I
That's going to
cannot
be
wait for that.
amazing,
2020,
dude.
2020 ComicCast
Jeez.
Awards. Make it in your notes because it's
You
coming.
ain't kidding.
X-Men number 4 goes on. I always have a list starting at the beginning of the year. Best single issues. This is the first edition to my best single issues
Yeah,
list.
same.
It was amazing.
I
It was
loved
great.
Apocalypse. You know, we were talking about cutesy wootsy humor and stuff that gets on my nerves. And you're like, I don't understand. What do you mean? Humor is when Apocalypse is like, well, you can call me Apocalypse. That's hilarious to me.
Yes.
I think that's hilarious. That's good humor.
It's like, you don't deserve to say my Krakoan name.
Yeah.
I'm
so Apocalypse.
So
Apocalypse
good,
will work. Go ahead and call me that.
Xavier took the Cerebro helmet off. That's the first time he's done that. And even when he was shot, we didn't see him without it on. So that was pretty cool. Showing his weakness, I guess, to the humans, to at least when they're doing this swing and this D-swinging, they're at least having an olive branch, along with it. But
I liked Magneto, man.
Dude, I love seeing the X-Men on top.
Yeah.
And like talking trash, because you always see them run down and misunderstood
and apologizing.
Exactly.
We're so
That was
sorry
coward,
that
but
we
then trying to
saved your
find that
ass.
courage. Yeah, dude. This one, there's like, we're here and we're gonna demolish and take over. It's so cool.
And we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it the same
right way.
The right way. And we're gonna tell you that we're gonna do it because you can't stop us. Yeah, it's
amazing.
Awesome. I love
so
it.
good.
So good.
Great time to be an X-Men fan. I read all the X books during this break, all of them. So Marauders, all New Mutants, all that stuff, and they're all good. I think X-Force is probably the best one. I think out of all those.
And Fallen Angels is the worst. I'm sorry.
That's probably my third favorite, maybe second or third favorite.
That's my least favorite.
It reads better when you read them all like in a row.
Probably
like weekly. Yeah, weekly, it's like I could see that being really boring. But when they're like back to back, you're like, okay, I remember what's going on, and it's more connectively, easy.
And we talked about it in the pre-show. X-Men is so good because they have a head of X. Jonathan Hickman is the one guiding everything. It's the reason the Marvel Cinematic Universe is good. They got one guy pushing everyone in a direction. They need that. We talked about, we're going to talk about Thor in a second.
Yeah.
But that's the reason the Marvel Cosmic is not as good as I think it should be.
Agreed.
It's meandering. It's all over the place.
It is. It's a mess. Gomer
canceled the X-Minute so we could talk about X-Men for 20 minutes.
Sorry.
That's what has happened.
Sorry.
Let's talk about Star Wars real quick. This won't take long. Charles Soule, Jesus Saez. This takes place right after Empire Strikes Back, and it's Star Wars, man. That's I feel like we're repeating a conversation we already had, but that's just what it is. It's Luke dealing with the aftermath of learning that Darth Vader's his father. There's a whole lot of fight in space. But the artwork, dude, I'm going to share my screen and show this artwork because it was that freaking good, dude. It was so
I'm Luke.
Good.
I'm Luke Skywalker. Where's my lightsaber?
I'm so sad.
My dad.
Look at this, though, dude. Look at this artwork. Like, how great is that? And I think Charles Soule, I think he has such a knack for these characters. I think he knows how to write the old school original.
Yeah, he's captured their voices very well. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's not just that. He knows
that artwork, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Their likenesses are so good.
Yeah.
So good.
He understands the time period. He understands what's going on. But that's kind of a problem I have with the Marvel stuff at Star Wars, or the Star Wars stuff at Marvel. It's pretty much just filling in gaps of stuff. It's not trying anything new.
Sure. Some people want that, though, man.
I
read like Star Wars novels. There are so many good Star Wars novels, but it's like
take place in between a little small period.
Yeah, you pick and choose your area, whether it's the original trilogy or the prequels or whatever you want to read, dude. You find something and jump in. But
I'm excited for this because that's something new, something.
Yeah. Well, and again, that's what we talked about before we went live. Is Dr. Aphra, man. That book was so good, and then they dropped the ball by saying, "All right, we got to tie her in with Luke."
Exactly.
No, man. Like, I love that book, and then I dropped off when they did the whole Screaming Citadel crap with Luke, and it's like I don't want to read Luke. I want to read Dr. Aphra because that character was awesome.
Yeah. I literally like the Vader Down stuff, man. I love those Vader Hitmen, dude.
Yeah,
I like those guys, man. Yeah. That's a cool new character that they have, and now he's gonna get his own team, new book coming out, new series. Like, I like that, dude.
Yeah.
What about the Bounty Hunters book that's getting ready?
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is yet. I'm not sure if that's
supposed
brand
to be
new thing or
that's the dude from Vader Down, right? He's like the main guy in charge of the whole.
And he's got to have a team.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, IG, one of the IG. Sorry, I don't want to be droid racist.
Right. IG-11 or IG-88, whatever.
One of them. The nurse droid now. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, where's evil C-3PO? Where's that guy?
Oh god, what was his name? He's at now? 008 or whatever.
Yeah.
000 maybe.
Where's that guy now?
They've still got to be in the Afro book, or did they die?
He was cool, man. I like that guy.
Book?
He's like my favorite, like out of that series.
Good. So fun.
Comic Book Bob is back. Hey Bob, let me make you. Dang it, can I do this from my StreamYard? I don't think I can.
Make an admin.
I was gonna make. Yeah, I'll make you an admin, Bob. You just did a good creator interview. I want you to link it here in the description.
Yeah.
Shout out to my buddy C. Woodard 19. He puts out some great videos. He's one of the Comic Core homies.
Nice.
He's on the Friday show every week. So
there you go, Bob.
Woodard.
You're an admin. Drop that link in the description for your interview. Everybody go check it out after ComicCast, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I pulled up YouTube. You're good. You're an admin now, so you can add it. Now let's go ahead and let's start the argument. Chad Johnson, I need you. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the digital code for Thor after we get done talking about this book.
Oh,
so who should go first?
You go ahead, man.
Lead us in, Gomer.
Lead us in.
The problem I have with Thor #1.
Can we talk about what it's about and who the creators are?
Is Donny Cates is just doing his same one-trick pony, pulling from the cosmic. Look, here's a cosmic Ghost Rider. Look, here's an even more cosmic Silver Surfer Black. And now we got another cosmic thing.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to do the
with Thor. That's what happens in this book. If I see Cosmic Ghost Rider one more time in a freaking book, he's a great character, but damn it.
Mute Ryan is trending.
No, it's not. Chad said it.
That means it's trending.
I'm just not. I really wanted to like this. I really wanted to jump into a new Thor, a new status quo, but I did not want a new status quo that was just the same spin on the same status quo that Donny Cates has been riding.
But you buried
since
yourself.
He got at Marvel.
You
Comics.
buried yourself in the argument when you said, "I do like continuity, though." Yeah, and this is continuity. But he's taking all the stories he's told.
Continuity suggests that things move forward in a direction. It's just
not a lump of moving forward.
How do you? I don't know. That's my problem. I don't know if it's moving forward. So you're telling me between Guardians of the Galaxy, which was 12 issues, Venom building up to Null, which still hasn't really paid off, Silver Surfer Black, which obviously they're still working out because you know Silver Surfer ain't gonna be black forever. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that to sound offensive.
I'm clipping that and putting it on Twitter.
And now we have this Thor thing. There doesn't seem to be any direction that all of this cosmic stuff is going. It just seems to be building up for some cosmic stuff. And we're still not
there.
Get
that out of here.
We're
so dumb,
no, it
dude.
is. It does feel like that, dude.
Let the story play out, dude.
I just said the story's been playing out for dozens of issues, and it doesn't feel like it's gone anywhere.
If I was like a brand new comic book reader or in like my 15 through 25, I would love
Jason's
this.
Like,
I would love this, dude. If I was way younger,
to be his dad.
Dude, if I was younger or like brand new to comic books, I would love this. Like I would know what's going on. You know, I see all these like big action. Like, oh wow, that's important. These new Herald and stuff. But I'm like, I know how comic books work now. I'm like 35, and I just read Silver Surfer Black, which is like poetry. And then here you have
stop right there.
this.
Let's take it one step at a time. Silver Surfer Black was like poetry.
Yes. So you know what he's capable of.
Did you like the book for the first until Galactus showed up?
I did.
What this one, Thor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes.
Because as I was reading it,
yep.
I was like, this is just like Silver Surfer Black. I was like, this dialogue is so good. But you had already prepared me. So maybe it made the hit lighter for me because when I got to Galactus, I'm like, I already knew this was coming.
Okay.
So he had the symbol, the whole whatever.
That rune. That rune. Like,
the thorn on the
rune.
The thorn on the bark of Yggdrasil. I was like, all right, he's going deep.
Cool.
We're going to get into some actual Norse stuff. We're actually going to get a cool Asgardian sort of payoff to this. Because really, Thor hasn't really been on Asgard.
No.
He hasn't been. He's been doing all this stuff everywhere else. He's been defending Asgard. But all right, he's on the throne. There's a new throne, the tree, the stone. I'm like, all right.
I wanted some Norse and pagan mythology mixed in, some real history, what's going on with the real world knowledge stuff mixed in with this fantastical world of Marvel and Thor.
Now let me play devil's advocate some more.
And now we went cosmic.
Let me play devil's advocate some more, because I was reading Hickman's Fantastic Four run and talking about continuity, and like, as great as it is, man, I love it. And I would finish an arc, and you're reading in collecteds, right? So you just flip the page and you start the next issue, and I'm like, how do you end with this? With Franklin and his sister, and they're like, boom, everything fades to black and disappears, and I'm like, all right, what the crap happens next? And then you flip the page, the next issue starts, and it's like, oh well, everything's back to normal. And I'm like, what is going on, man?
Hickman wanted to reboot Marvel. Marvel was dying, and Marvel was like, we're not going to reboot.
Back. He comes back to that
later,
way later in the run. But what I'm saying is, maybe Cates is going to come back to that. And you guys disagree with me. I think he's going to be on Thor for a long freaking time. I think he's going to be.
I think it's 12 issues.
No way, dude. I think
by October.
Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go?
DC is my guess.
You really think so?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think Marvel's paying him too well.
I think he's a Marvel fanboy.
I think he is too. But once this Null thing is over, I'm not sure what else he has to do at Marvel. Like you said,
Thor.
Okay. Jason Aaron had 3 things going on at the same time and an event. I'm just saying, I'm just not sure what else there is. I'm not saying that couldn't change. I'm saying right now, if I'm making my guess, that's what happens. He's writing.
My thing is, the story you were just talking about, the first half of this book was way better than the second.
It was. Once they introduced the cosmic stuff, I was like, no, there's been no cosmic payoff yet. And Donny Cates has had plenty of chances to give me something.
I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was great, man.
It was.
This felt like more like Guardians of the Galaxy mode for Cates, not Silver Surfer Black mature writing. It's more like for all ages writing, and not like what he's capable of.
Yeah.
So I had high expectations for Thor after Jason Aaron's run. You kidding me? Like,
well, people say that's the greatest run of all time on Thor.
I know. And then here you go, Donny Cates. Let me make a spectacle here at Comic-Con. Here's a hammer, and it was like, yeah, Cates is taking over. This is gonna be awesome. And then he wrote Silver Surfer Black. That's incredible. High expectations, and he's like, hey, here's my more fun all ages side story.
Here's my Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Here's Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Here's everything else that I've done.
Here's all these characters I made. So, but then again, Drew Manchu brought up a good point. It's like, guess what happens? He just got married. He needs that money, that rights money, that Bendis money. Let me make characters, more original characters, combine them together in my world that I'm making.
Told you guys this is
coming. You're right, man. Dude,
I gotta
read my chat, what I said in the chat to everyone else out there, my opinion of this comic book. Because, I can't remember on the top of my head, so I got to read this. It said, after Aaron's superpowered King Thor and Cates' amazing Silver Surfer Black, I was hoping for a deconstruction of Thor. Not an even more powerful Thor. I'm going to keep reading the series, but I kind of checked out once Cosmic Rider popped in. Also, it was really dumb to see Galactus be like, no, don't hurt me. I need your help. And then, just kidding. And you blast him. That was really
power. He's like,
so dumb.
Nobody knows how to write Galactus. Nobody knows.
You ain't kidding.
They don't. And then, look what Dan Slott did with him. He put him in the side of a freaking mountain, made him look like an idiot.
And also, I said, I bet Al Ewing, if he was writing this, he would have had him meet Donald Blake, his old persona, from the old comics, and then learn that being a king is an honor instead of him just being bored. You know what I mean? I said in the chat, I want to feel inspired by King Thor.
Well, I took it as he's a warrior, not a king.
I'm so glad you said that, because I thought that's where it was going.
Yes.
Those first few pages, I was like, all right, he's not maybe bored, but he's uninspired as a king. Yes. And that's how Tony wrote that on the hammer. Dude. Tony wrote, enjoy your vacation or your retirement. He was uninspired. Stupid. Oh, that was dumb as hell. But it still was like, all right, The king is uninspired. How is he going to get inspired? Oh, Cosmic Ghost Rider and Silver Surfer Black are going to show up to inspire him.
Dude,
What?
King Thor is supposed to be here and be an inspiration and be mature. I want to see mature Thor. It's time for mature
he had
Thor.
He had this wonderful moment with Sif, who is now the new whatever. Looking
Case
out
didn't invent that. Jason Aaron invented that.
Exactly.
So people keep giving credit to Donny Cates for that. No, that happened previously.
Sure. No, and I'm not giving him credit. I'm just saying that was a good.
I'm not saying other people, other reviewers are like, "Oh, this is a great thing."
Oh, exactly.
Like, no. That happened before. That was Jason Aaron's thing.
But it was such a great moment between the two characters, to even bolster this idea that he's just not himself anymore. That he doesn't want to be the king, that he's uninspired and he's to find his place as the king. And that is a solid way to push a story. But now it's cosmic. And it doesn't make sense to me.
It's more like, what is it? A to-do list mission now. We got to get all these powers, collect this power from the different worlds now, so Galactus would be super powerful to defeat Null. We know it's going to be Null at the end of the story.
It sounds like DBZ. We got to go find another Dragon Ball.
Oh my god!
So that homeboy can win.
Dude. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
It's a next to go mission. Okay, we got to find Galactus to this world and get power for Galactus. Okay, we did that, and something bad happened along the way. Let's go to the next world, and then okay, keep going on and on and on. Hell, I guess that's his whole entire run if he's going to drag this on forever, more than 12 issues. You can easily do that and drag that on for 2 years. So dumb. Just get us to the Null War already. Have it be done with. Because I want to be excited, I want to be surprised, and I want to be inspired by King Thor, not just whatever bland adventure this is.
He's going to go write Batman. If he goes to DC, he's going to take Batman, Bendis on Superman, and you guys will be so mad.
I'd be fine with it.
I'd be okay with Cates on Batman.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Cosmic Batman.
Don't let me forget to come back.
Cosmic Batman. He's gonna have like Cosmic Red Hood to come in there on the side and help him out.
Didn't Jeff Johns already do that with that chair, the Mobius chair, or whatever?
Batman said, "I am God," and he knows that's where he found about 3 Jokers, which Jeff Johns is gonna apparently create sometime this year.
I will not hold my breath on that.
I believe in Jeff Johns. I think he'll come out with that this year.
Don't let me forget to come back to the book of the week because we got to get into the awards portion of the show.
Oh, I may forget the book of the week.
Well, if we forget, then it's fine. It's fine. Where the heck is Eli? Leroy's never here, but Eli, if you come in late, buddy, this Comic Book Bullies shirt is for you, buddy. Love what you guys do. Go check out the Comic Book Bullies. All right, let's get into the 2019 ComicCast Awards. What this is, we're going to bring our top 5 for each category. We're going to iron it down to a top 4 through arguing and fighting and bickering, and then we're going to post polls on Twitter, and you guys will vote. So that's
what I say.
That's how it's going to work. But be interactive in the live chat. If you got opinions, let us know.
Yeah. Maybe you can change my mind last minute. I know last year, famously, my pick for best single issue, I totally forgot about it, and Boogie had to remind me the damn Champions gun control issue.
We talked about it.
Right,
we talked about it all year, and then you go through your list. I'm like,
whatever. Chad.
Did it win?
I remember that episode. I think it did. I don't know. I can't remember what it won.
I don't remember what one.
I was in the chat back then.
Yeah. Started at the bottom, now you're here. You were like the only person in the comments section.
Dude.
Now you're just on the show.
Yeah, see?
So just hang around, Chad. Somebody's
bro. You never know.
Your number will come up. Your number will come up, bro.
I yelled at Adam this week. I'm just saying. I bully
people. Mandalorian not being a comic book show.
Yeah, I didn't get mad till he came at you over Watchmen. That was a shot at you. You know that, right?
I don't care.
I was like, dude, come on.
Yeah, you got to have a better argument for Watchmen, man, not being a comic book adaptation.
He was picking a fight. That's okay. All right, let's get into it. First category, TV adaptation of a comic book.
Awesome.
We are going to throw some of Adam's picks in here. Gomer, you want to go first? Jason doesn't have a list. He didn't do his homework.
Yeah, caveat to everyone. Because I joined so late in the game for ComicCast, I didn't make a list for most of the year. So I wouldn't feel it was right to make up whatever I have on top of my head now and say that was my best stuff because it's not right. You know what I mean? It's not true.
Well, that's fair.
We're going to bring our list, and then Jason's going to chime in, and he will participate in the conversation to get this ironed down to 4. So Gomer, you kick us off.
TV. I only have 3 on this list because I didn't watch much TV. None of that CW stuff. I didn't watch any DC Universe stuff, even though I heard Swamp Thing was excellent.
It was.
As well as Doom Patrol, but I didn't watch any of that crap. So my number 3, Umbrella Academy, I did watch that. And it was good.
Very good.
It was good. Number 2, Umbrella Academy is actually on Netflix. So there you go. I'll just be completist there. The Boys from Amazon, number 2.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. What?
Yeah.
So good.
Season 2 should be coming out soon, right?
It's later this year. It is coming.
Yeah.
But my number 1 pick, the one that shocked me the most this year in TV, and the one that is, I mean, this season of TV this year was probably my favorite season of television of all time.
Agreed.
Watchmen on HBO.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, amazing.
This was everything for me. Watchmen, I consider the graphic novel to be the greatest piece of graphic literature ever created. And I typically tend to agree with the creator, Alan Moore, when you should not F with Watchmen. Just leave it alone. It's the perfect comic book, so just leave it. But this took the comic book, took that source material, not only was honorable to it and nice to it and treated it with reverence and care, but it built on it in new and interesting and fresh ways, in ways that are unique to television. And yeah, Watchmen is number 1 and the only one of my 3 that I will actually fight to keep on.
Even the cinematography, those screen transitions, how like they fade in, turn into like something else, you know, it was art. It was visual art.
Remember the very first poster they put out for this promoting it? It was Angela in front of a clock, and she was hued in blue, which was a portent to the very last scene of the very last episode. Literally, this show spoiled the big last episode on the very first piece of promotion.
Incredible.
And there are Easter eggs like that throughout the entire thing. A god walks into a bar. The bar that they're in, that A bar and Dr. Manhattan are talking in, is the bar that Eddie gets cut in the book by that girl who he knocks up, who the comedian knocks up. Her whole shtick is sister whatever, and it's like a nun persona, her thing. Who are nuns married to in the Catholic Church? To God. Just like she was in the book.
Wow.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, there are so many little
There's levels.
There's levels of depth here. The comic book bullies, we mentioned them because of Boogie's dope shirt. They went off on this the other night, and oh my gosh, I couldn't stop just like pausing it and like going to the internet and looking up more.
Wow, I gotta watch that.
It's so good.
You gotta watch them.
Where can we find this? Where can we find this video?
The bullies? Just search comic book bullies on YouTube and subscribe.
Yeah, they're up there.
And this list is going to be real easy to narrow down. I've not watched a single episode of Watchmen, and it's on my list because of the bullies. Because listening to them break down this show and bring their unique perspectives to it is what, dude, I'm telling you, you go listen to them, it's going to make you want to watch Watchmen. And now because of them, like I wanted to watch it, but number 1, I'm not going to pay for HBO. That's not going to happen. But now I
got the free beef with Amazon Prime. I got the free week with Amazon Prime. So I just smoked through it in like 2 days on that.
But because of their show, and this is, we should just change the name to Blowing the Bullies. Blowing the Bullies. But because of them, dude, this Watchmen has to be on the list. Number 2, Swamp Thing. I'm going backwards. I screwed up my list.
So
fine.
This is even better. I watched 1 episode and then quit. Because they canceled it. And I don't have to invest in a full season of a show. I love the first issue. Jason's list had Swamp Thing. Adam's list had Swamp Thing. I think it's got to make it on the list.
I'm down with that. I didn't watch it either.
I watched it twice.
Wow.
I never watched a show season.
There's too much to stream. I don't know how you can.
There is.
Yeah.
I thought it was so good. I told my wife, I'm like, you got to watch this. And she was like, yeah, I'll check it out. She loved it. She doesn't like comic book stuff. She doesn't like comic books. She loves Swamp Thing. So I was so happy to watch it again for the second time. She thought it was amazing. She watched Umbrella Academy. She loved that too. She loved Watchmen. She thought Watchmen was amazing. So now she's kind of getting into this comic book stuff. You know what I mean? She's kind of getting an inclination for it. She thinks
you should give her the Watchmen graphic novel after watching the show, dude.
Yeah. I'm trying to get her re-getting Falls Volume 1. We'll see how it goes.
Umbrella. I think what we have to hash out is going to be Umbrella Academy, because I think we've got Watchmen, Swamp Thing. I think the boys needs to go on the list because Adam and Jason both had
those
it.
Four.
They both had it at the top. So you think Umbrella Academy over Doom Patrol? We got 1 spot left.
Umbrella Academy. Doom Patrol.
The whole Crisis thing over at CW. I mean, I haven't watched any of it.
I haven't watched either, so that's not
because
fair.
it's one TV show.
But all the cast
right.
members, you know what I mean?
That's
all
like
the throwback
5 different
casts.
shows. Yeah, that's like
Dude,
5 different shows.
You got the old Robin and stuff, all these old throwbacks. Like that's
But you can't pick
amazing,
one show
man.
out of that crossover that would be better than
You're
Umbrella
right.
Academy.
Yeah, the quality of the show, the quality of the writing, of the production.
Yeah.
I don't think the CW shows add up though, besides all this cool guest spots.
Adam had Doom Patrol ahead of Umbrella
Doom Patrol's
Academy.
great. We just watched that too, my wife and I. She thought
so.
it was
What would your pick be? Doom Patrol or Umbrella Academy? I didn't like Doom Patrol. I watched one episode.
Really?
Didn't like it.
You didn't like the fourth wall breaking kind of stuff? The Grant Morrison.
I really didn't even like the Doom Patrol episode in Titans season 1.
Oh, okay.
And then I watched the first episode of Doom Patrol and just never watched it.
No? Oh,
what
man.
would you put? What would you put for 4th on the list? Doom Patrol or Umbrella Academy?
Doom Patrol.
Then I think it's got to be Doom Patrol because I know Adam had Doom Patrol above.
Okay.
So that's it. TV adaptation of a comic book is going to be Watchmen, Swamp Thing, The Boys, or Doom Patrol. Guys, be looking for the polls. They're going on Twitter at ComicCastPod. We'll probably spread them out, maybe do a poll or 2 a day. So just be looking for that. All right, moving on. Next category, movie adaptation of a comic book.
Wow.
I got nothing. I got Endgame.
Really?
Endgame and Shazam,
Endgame.
I guess. I wasn't
dude, I love Shazam.
I wasn't a fan of Shazam.
I did too.
It was just okay to me.
Really?
It would be cool if I watched it with my kids, but it felt like a kid movie, and that's okay.
It is.
That's what they're going
it's an
for.
all ages movie. But
Well, I'm
I thought it was
old. Then I'm old as hell.
Cool to see like Mr. Minds, like before in the jar, like before, like you saw the back of him. You know what I mean? Like earlier in the movie. Later on, he's a key part. But then you saw, you have Dr. Savannah as 2 main Shazam bad guys already in the film, and then you have the 7 Sins, you have the Wizard, you have all the family.
It captured the whole Billy Batson thing, becoming this superpower dude, but. I didn't. It was just okay to me.
I loved everything about the movie except for Zachary Levi's acting like a kid. Yeah. He ruined it for me because he didn't act like the kid acted in the movie. He just acted how he thought a kid should act, and that was like really, really dumb and brought it down for me. So besides that,
I'm okay with those
silly,
2. But what else? Yeah, I'm okay with those 2. Endgame, that's our winner.
Endgame,
I don't know that it's going to be the winner, dude. A lot of people. Okay, let me run through my list in reverse order. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. At the bottom, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Oh, I love that movie.
I didn't.
Honorable mention. I know a lot of people hate it. Is Captain Marvel. I thought Captain Marvel was a fun movie. I thought it was a fun movie.
I didn't care.
It.
When you're talking about Marvel movies, it's down at the bottom.
Yeah, that's for me.
It makes it hard for me because I love every movie.
I rewatched. I rewatched the most hated Marvel movies recently because the Disney Plus app, Thor,
The Dark World,
and Age of Ultron.
They're so important.
My favorites.
Now.
I love those. They're
so important.
They lay down so much foundation of like, what's going to happen in the future. Like I don't know why people hate those.
In the moment they were bad, but now that we have everything after them, the chapters after those actually make those chapters better.
Yeah, I think people need to realize that how important they were. It's like they're good movies. Those are great.
Serenity says
maybe
Dark
Iron
Phoenix.
Man 3 probably is probably bad, but I mean.
Serenity says Dark Phoenix was best for me, best film of the year.
Wow.
No, I was not a fan.
I liked it.
I was
no way.
I enjoyed it. It doesn't make my top 5. But
I almost bought it last week because I got to see it, but I mean, I'm waiting for it to come to HBO or something, man. I can't justify even buying it because how much bad things I heard.
Yeah, I was not a fan.
I liked it, man, but I like everything, as you can tell from my list. So at the bottom, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
God, I love that movie.
Number 4 is Aquaman.
Was that this
That
year?
was surprisingly good.
That was this year.
What?
Wow, that was surprisingly good.
The octopus playing the drums? Are you kidding me?
I know.
It was terrible.
No. I know.
Robert hates every movie, and I love every movie.
Aquaman is such a turd, dude.
That is not true. Not true.
Dude, okay.
And it has this really, really bad parts, like the octopus part. Like a Disney movie,
They hid
also
in a
the one guy
they
got
hid
crumpled
in a
by
whale.
some rocks or some like marble, and then his family dragged him out, and he just ran away with them instead of being like broken legs. You know what I mean? Like he should have died. But that was like one scene.
And it's not just that.
Some really great cinematography, great graphics, great costume design in that movie. It was a great all ages movie like Shazam, but not on the par as Shazam for me. But I really liked Aquaman for what it was.
Man. Aquaman riding out on Cthulhu was cool.
The guy that
Everything
has
else
one
was trash.
movie on his list is going
I
to tell me
didn't-
what sucks.
I don't know why I have to watch a dozen movies to rate 3 of them.
That Lord of the Rings war at the
Aquaman was
end, dude, that was
terrible.
great, man. I
Aquaman
love
was
that.
terrible.
Can I get through this?
It was so bad. I can't get over how bad Aquaman is, dude.
I like
I'm not
it.
a fan of Wonder Woman either.
Well,
I like that movie
Of the
too.
Wonder
though,
Woman
yeah.
movie either.
Well, that wasn't this year. Number 3.
I know.
Number 3, you guys already talked about it. Shazam. Number 2, I can't believe you didn't mention this because it was this year. I had to Google it to make sure. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was this year.
Oh, that's a dope
wow.
movie.
That's number
Yeah.
one, dude. That's
No,
number one.
Yes, I'll change Endgame to
That's
keep
number
that.
one, bro.
So
That is a perfect,
Yeah,
not just a
that's
perfect
perfect movie.
superhero movie.
Yeah,
That's a perfect movie.
yeah.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
That's number one, bro. That's number one.
There you
number
go.
1 for me was Avengers Endgame because I felt like it's years and years and years of storytelling. And I know a lot of people didn't like it as much as Infinity War, but I loved it.
Endgame
was
is
great.
like fan service in the best
Yeah,
way.
It was
so good. I loved it. So
Captain
much.
America versus Captain America. That whole Hydra moment, dude.
I watched that
you got
last
Captain
fight.
America picking up the Thor hammer.
Yeah,
dude.
I watched
so
that
much fan
last fight
service.
weekly. I like just fast forward just for that last
Yeah,
fight, like
dude.
weekly, just to get
Cool.
me up Monday morning. You know what I mean?
Time to get up, bro. Pick up that hammer.
So we got to iron
That's
this
awesome.
out. We all agree
Dude,
Endgame
okay.
and Spider-Verse.
So
I
for me,
think Shazam.
Spider-Verse,
Shazam.
number one.
I'll put Shazam on there before I put that floating turd of Aquaman on there.
Okay,
Well,
so
we're
I'm
gonna have to
say-
figure this out. Wait.
right, so-
Endgame, Spider-Verse, and Shazam. We all agree on top 3, right?
Okay.
Hold on, let me think about this. Spider-Verse for me, number one. Endgame, Homecoming, or not Homecoming, was
Far
Far
From
From Home. Far From
Spider-Man
Home.
Far From Home.
Those
I'm-
3
I'm-
are all I care about. And
I'm
then
willing
Shazam
to-
number 4.
I haven't seen Spider-Man, so I'm willing to say yes. I'd rather see Spider-Man
So
on the
good.
list than
I
that.
like number 2 better than number 1, man. I did not like number 1 at
of an
first.
Aquaman movie.
Mm,
I watched Aquaman 3 times just to make sure I wasn't full
Wow.
of crap, dude.
yeah.
It got worse each time.
I can't argue because my top 3 are all
Did
on the list.
Ragnarok come out this year or last year?
No, that was
No,
last
that's
year.
that's
Okay,
That was last
okay.
year.
Because I hated that, and then it grew on me. So now
Dude,
I like it.
I think Ragnarok is a perfect Marvel movie
I
too.
hated it.
I love that movie.
I wanted to see a serious Thor. Once again, serious Thor.
Bob makes a good point. I have not seen Alita Battle Angel, and we don't do much manga
Yeah,
here.
man. Right.
but-
I didn't say that either.
Dude,
I hear great things about it. It
I've
looks so
heard
dumb. I hate
wonderful
that
things.
trailer. It looks terrible. And
Yeah.
everyone says it's fantastic, dude. Everyone I talked to said it's so good.
Alita.
Yeah.
Alita
I
Battle
bought it. I
Angel.
bought it because I thought my daughter would love it, and she was like, "Man, it was all
Shut
right."
up.
Wow.
And I've
Okay.
still not
really?
watched it. I'm like,
That's the first bad thing I ever heard about Alita.
Yeah,
I couldn't
I've
get
heard
myself to
nothing
watch
but
because it
good
I
looked
thought she
terrible.
would love it. I thought she would
Yeah.
love it. I gotta
Jeez.
watch it.
There we go. That's our 4.
Lost in Comics says End Game hands down. The Comic Core is here.
Oh,
So
no way.
sorry,
What's
late.
up, Chad?
They're not late. I just dropped back in the chat and was like, why are none of you here? And now they're coming out of the woodwork.
Awesome. Cool. Love
We
you,
did
Chad. Good
films
to see you,
and
buddy.
shows Lost in Comics.
Yeah, we've already hit TV shows. Our final 4 for TV shows, we'll go back. Watchmen,
Yeah.
Swamp Thing, The Boys, Doom Patrol. We're
Hell
going to be
yeah,
going
that's
on a
perfect,
poll
dude.
at
That's great.
ComicCast Pod on Twitter. Go
Those
look
are
for the poll.
must watch, man.
Watch
Top 4
In my
for
opinion,
movies.
must watch.
Top 4 for movies: Endgame, Into the Spider-Verse, Shazam, and Spider-Man. Far
Are
From
we
Home.
sure Into the
like
Spider-Verse
that.
was this year?
Go Google it, bro. I
Okay.
Googled it when I made my list.
Did you? Okay.
All right.
I trust
It's gonna be awesome when I'm wrong.
I love it.
you.
Into the
Shit.
Spider-Verse.
The next one is selfish. You guys don't get to participate. Actually, I
Okay.
want to hear your opinions. Anybody that's been on the
No, I'm
ComicCast
seeing
ride?
December 14th, 2018.
No.
Oh
really?
no, we gotta fix that.
Oh, no.
USA release, yeah. Because that would have
You
been
ain't
on
kidding.
so
But
many
you know
lists.
what? We didn't include it last year because it came out after we did the award show.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
loophole.
maybe our fault. So
Loophole.
let's keep it on there and just put like a little footnote
Little
that
caveat.
we're late
Yeah.
because
It's-
everything else is garbage.
Deflated
Well,
football.
That's the truth. I know we didn't put it on there because none of us had seen it when we did the
Yeah.
award show. I know for a fact.
Yeah.
A fact.
I remember distinctly you seeing it like the week after, like you making a big deal about us not having it on the.
This is a good point from Comic with Bob.
I
did.
hated Joker. I hated Joker.
I
Jason
haven't
hated
seen
it. I
Joker.
know Adam liked it, and me and Gomer haven't seen it.
I haven't
I hated
seen it,
Joker.
so it's tough to put it on there. But you're not wrong. That's a good
I would like
You're
to.
not
I would
wrong.
like.
You're not wrong.
Well, then take
Our-
Spider-Verse off there and throw
That's
Joker
what
on
should
there.
happen.
No.
That's what should happen.
Spider-Verse is 2018. It doesn't
I
follow
agree.
the rules.
I actually agree
Dude,
with Gomer.
You know
on
why?
this.
Because that's gonna win. Because most people are dummies. I hate that
insult
movie.
our
I
listeners.
That's gonna win. That's gonna
I
win.
think
hate
Endgame
that.
will win. I think Endgame will win.
No, I think
I
Joker's
think
gonna
it.
win. 'Cause
I'm
people
glad
think it's like,
Bob
oh,
said that.
this is different than a superhero movie. It's smart because
I'm
it's different.
glad Bob said it because
It's not
Yeah.
smart. It's so dumb.
it's divisive. It's divisive.
It
You
is.
hate it, but so many people loved
It's
it.
a Taxi Driver remake with a Joker sticker on it.
It is.
talk-
That's
you're
exactly
talking,
what it
You're
is.
talking like you talk about Heroes in Crisis and like you talk about Donny
Yeah,
Cates
But
now.
people are always
I'm
like,
not sure
you
there's a
don't
problem
get
with
it.
that.
You know, because Tom King is so smart. Oh, Joker is so smart. You don't get it. No, man, you don't get it. What's going on behind the scene? There's context to this stuff about what the truth is, man. This is so bad.
I agree with
terrible.
Gomer. I think it needs to replace
Oh my
Spider-Verse.
God.
Man, he's higher over
No.
Joker than I am Aquaman. I don't know what to say. 'Cause
Oh no, I
Aquaman-
I know he hates it.
Oh,
I
my
can't
God.
believe Aquaman
Wait,
Bob
got
says
all
my
the
work
love.
here is done.
Tell me, go to the options again. What are the top four again? Before Joker was there?
The top four: Endgame, Shazam, Far From Home.
Take Shazam.
No, we can't put Spider-Verse because it's 2018.
It's 2018.
All right. Okay. All right.
I was trying to fight.
I would really like to
it
see
in.
a battle between Spider-Verse and Joker. Like that'd be a good battle.
Yeah, that
Spider-Verse
would
is like a perfect movie, man.
It is. It's perfect.
It's
but
so
that's what I'm
good.
saying. Like
It's
most people
so
love Joker
good.
nowadays, though.
Look
So
what's
who would
trending.
win? Who would win? Spider-Verse or
Look what's
Joker?
trending.
That's what I want to know, man.
Well, now, oh yeah, we won't ever know that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, dude.
Oh no.
All right.
All right, moving
Oh, well.
on.
Moving
go with
on.
Joker.
Let's get
Sorry,
into the good.
Pace.
Into
All
the good categories.
This is and I do want your all's opinion. William Pace is about to get timed
I know.
out.
He hates me. He hates me.
Once is okay. 48
He's like,
times.
Pods, get out of here, earpods.
All right, 2019 guest of the year. We already know our answer. The guests this year were Wes Loker. No, let's go through.
These people we interviewed. By
Yeah,
the way.
yeah.
Exactly.
People
Yeah.
we interviewed. Yeah, not like Drew Manchu doesn't qualify as a guest of the year. He's
Yeah,
he's like, what is he like the sixth man?
like the substitute teacher. Yeah,
He's the
Like
sixth
sixth
man.
Six man. Yeah.
I will say this, even though he's not in the chat. Comics with Kids, is that what John's show's called?
Yeah, John's Comics with Kids.
John's Comics with Kids. He's going to come on the show. I've been talking
Oh,
to
that's
him.
awesome. No way.
Yeah, he's
Cool.
coming on. We have so many guests booked for next year.
So excited.
But I started to reach out when Drew said he wasn't coming on tonight. But I was like, this is not a good first appearance to come
And that's
on.
a
Right,
drop a
right,
ball on him, and I
Yeah,
had to just
yeah.
rip him a new one when he wants Aquaman on the list.
Dude, me and him disagree a lot. He's my co-panelist on Wednesday nights, and we disagree on a lot of stuff, bro.
That's
And
awesome.
so, but you got to have that. It's more
Yeah.
exciting for people to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
that instead of be like,
100%.
oh yeah, we all agree the same thing. It's more
Yeah, get
exciting
out of
to
the
see some
echo
debates.
chamber because that's
bro.
boring.
Yeah,
But no, when I watch Comic Court, you, Drew, and John are like, you're all entertaining. So it's like, I'm going to steal you and bring you to ComicCast.
Right?
dude, we're all the same comic book family. It's all about love for this stuff.
It is.
man. We're
ComicCast and
passionate
Comic
about
Court.
this, man.
We're brothers.
passionate about it.
We're brothers.
We are.
All right. Guest of the year. We've already talked about everybody we've had on. I'll cover that. Gomer, what's your top 5 starting at the bottom?
Guests?
Yeah.
How many guests have we had?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, I didn't know we were going to do this.
You want me to go first so you'll know?
Go first.
Yeah.
Go first. Because I have all of them listed. I thought we were just going to throw them all in a poll.
All right, well,
and
let's
let
just
it-
do that. Let's just not put them
Yeah,
in
just
order.
throw them all in a poll.
Okay.
So the list.
I mean, I know
for
I have my favorite, but
the guests. We
my
all had
favorite.
the same favorite.
Yeah.
The guests we've had this year: Wes Loker, writer creator for what's it called? Unit. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Unit 44.
oh yeah,
Unit
that's right.
44 for
Yeah.
Alternate Comics. He's also a letter. He's done a ton of stuff. Also, Charles Stickney for White Ash came on and chatted just a couple months ago. My brother from another mother, even though you don't listen to ComicCast, Antonio Bryce, writer creator of the comic book Brand.
That's a
Which is-
great looking comic book, man.
It's going to
Yeah.
be
Brand looks great.
Kane and White is the real deal
You ain't
artist.
kidding. You ain't kidding.
And that book is about the ship. And then they're going to start Way of the Gun, which is the second issue for the Brand
Nice.
comic book series. I told Antonio, he basically said once the first backer gets that book, the new Indiegogo is going up. I told him, come
Good.
on the show. We'll promote it.
nice,
We'll talk about
dude.
it.
Yes.
Good.
Also, we had Matthew Rosenberg just a couple of weeks ago. Great
Mhm.
guest. Like,
That was
We all
so
know-
fun. I love that dude so much, man.
Me
I
too.
love
I'm
that guy.
like, I'm just walking down the street. I'm like, "What's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you." Yeah, I had one of the top writers of Marvel on my podcast.
Yeah, man. Dude, I love that guy so much, man. We're just on like the same
The
level.
music,
you know what I
the
mean?
comics, yeah. everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I
When
love
the
that
live
dude so
chat's
much.
talking about me drooling, you know. It's coming in. Lost in Comics says Matthew Rosenberg. No doubt about it. Comic Book Bob can't wait for Antonio, my brother from another mother, to come back on the show. The last two guests, David Pepos, great guest. Great guest.
That was great.
And
Should
I just say
talk about more about Pepos, man?
What about
I
Charles?
love Pepos, man.
Charles
You know,
Stickney was
I
a
already
guest
said
too.
him.
Oh, you did? Oh, my bad. My bad.
I wish you would listen.
The man,
the
the
chapel,
myth,
man.
the legend,
Oh, here we go. Number
Rylan
one.
Grant.
He's the guest of the year.
He's
dude.
the only one I
That's
got
why-
on my
that's
list.
why we're
My
not letting
homie,
you
dude.
guys vote.
God, I love that. I love Rylan Grant so much, man. I wish he lived in the same city so we can.
Yeah,
hang
I
out,
wish
like,
we could
every
just go
weekend,
hang
bro.
out. Hey, you want to get
I
coffee
know,
this morning?
dude.
Even if he just says no every week. At least me having the opportunity. Yeah, I'm such a fan of his, dude. I don't care
Here's a
what he
character
does.
in
I hope,
Banjax. No
I
big
hope
deal.
he does more work, more comic work. I want
You know
more.
Cool.
Happy birthday,
was
Rylan Grant.
The fact that we weren't even going to read Banjax until
And
Adam
Adam.
Adam made
put
us.
the list.
Made us.
And then that led to it being one of our favorite books, which led
Jeez.
to Rylan Grant.
That
coming on the
changed
show.
our lives forever.
It did, because Rylan
did.
Grant set up David Pepos interview. He set up the Charles Stickney interview. He set up half the interviews we got coming in 2020, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rylan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks.
Dude.
Hashtag
Whatever.
thanks, Adam.
Adam
Yeah.
ain't gonna listen. Rylan might listen.
Adam's
Well,
not even
Rylan,
on the
if you're listening, we love you, bro. Like
Yeah.
we don't stop thinking about you, man. You know what I mean? Like you're our homie. Like we talk to you pretty much every now and then on Twitter. You know?
I did a list the other day and I threw it out there, and there's Rylan actually reading my list, and he's like, "Oh, I'm on the list," and then he retweets it and sends it out. I'm like, "Oh, thanks,
Love that
dude."
guy.
But I was
So
legit.
good.
I just really like his book, and he's a cool guy to talk to. He's the most
Mhm.
interesting man in the world to me.
He is.
I'm so
He's
happy to
so
get to hang
great.
out with him, man. Like at Baltimore Comic Con,
Right?
dude.
Yeah.
It was so fun. We went dollar bin hunting, dude. Once like some comic book. There's some videos up on Comic Core. If you go and scroll through, you can see like 2 Rylan Grant videos in there somewhere, and one of them doesn't have a mic and sounds terrible. One of them does have a mic and it's great. And people that are in that chat in that video also made videos as well, so you can find the channels and explore, and they have great Rylan Grant content as well. So
It's like
I
you
love
said,
that
dude.
guy so
He's
much.
the type of guy you just want to hang out with, and that's what I told Rosenberg when he was on the show. I was like, the fact that you're grinding and going on podcasts and putting yourself out there, like if I like you as a person, I'm ride or die with you, man. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know I already like Rosenberg's work, but then when
Yeah.
I meet you and you're a cool guy, it's like, and I posted on one of his Twitter comments this week. He was talking about waking up early, getting on a train, going and doing a signing, going to a second signing, getting on the train, coming back, making sure he got back in time to do a podcast interview.
Yeah.
And I just
That was
commented, I
like
was
2
like,
days
dude,
ago. Yeah.
I appreciate your hustle.
That's the hustle. Yeah.
And because of that hustle, he's not the top tier at Marvel, but he's up there.
Dude, he's
And when
been
you're
running
still
so
grinding,
long,
can
for
you
years,
imagine
man.
if Jonathan Hickman was doing that? Come on.
Wow.
He doesn't have to,
Doing
though.
that.
He don't have to.
Exactly. But Rosenberg is. And that's why I
He
said,
has
dude,
been doing it for like the past 10 years, dude. He's been doing it forever, man. It
the
feels like-
hustle. I appreciate the hustle. And I told him, man.
I'm friends with Rosenberg on Facebook. Like when he posted that, like I was like, "Hey man, thanks for coming on ComicCast. Like, let's do it again for like every number 1 you put out, man. Let's make it a thing."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." Like, all right,
I'm
cool.
ride or die with that guy now.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate the hustle, especially when you're already putting out good books. And he could put out a Hawkeye book and probably doesn't have to do crap, and people are going to buy it, you know. But it just the
And
hustle.
that's not to say the Rosenberg interview sucked or the Pepos interview sucked. Pepos interview was awesome.
That was
The
awesome. Yeah.
The Rosenberg interview, I'm pretty sure he broke news about him teaming up with Joe Quesada later this year.
That's so funny, dude.
But
You're
I'm
like
just-
putting him on blast. He's like,
damn straight. You're right.
I'm
Hell
sure he
yeah.
probably will.
Yeah.
But and Antonio, come on. Antonio's just he's like fam, you know?
He's my brother, man.
Yeah.
He's my brother.
So it's just it's been a great year. I cannot wait until we
Rylan
have
Grant
30
is
of
the
these
most-
for next year.
Yeah. Cheers to comics. Rylan Grant is the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah, he is.
He's like a spy that we don't know about.
Antonio's my YouTube coach, man. He's like, keep grinding, bro.
Brother.
He's constantly in my ear. Make videos, do this, keep grinding, man. You guys got it. Just go.
Nice.
He's always encouraging me. He's my brother from another mother. Can't wait to talk to him Thursday night on the Wrestling Council right here on the S&B Network. Next category, 2019 Guest of the Year, Rylan Grant. Next category, cover of the year.
Oh, we have visual aids for this one.
Yeah,
Wow.
Gomer, you're up first because I did the last one.
All right.
Wait. Let me get my. Okay,
I got some special shout outs here. Of course, the Jenny Friesen Wonder Woman variants.
I don't have all that stuff up. All I have is your 5.
The montages.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Just wonderful. The Murder Falcon heavy metal variants where they took like different heavy metal albums, famous heavy metal albums, and sort of Murder Falconed them.
Okay.
Like vulgar display of power and the main characters getting punched in the face. Just so good. Gideon Falls, again, I think that was our winner last year for the best cover. So good. A personal fave of mine, Ashley Witter, was on the Star Wars Dr. Aphra books. The Deceased horror movie variants were amazing.
Those are amazing. Yeah.
Sarah Pichelli's flower variants for the House of X Powers, it's 10. Those were great. But my top 5 covers for the year: Avengers number 12 by Phil Noto. Boogie's going to bring it up here. Look at that. Just classic, clean. It's Phil Noto. You can't go wrong. Daredevil number 11 by Koi Pham.
With the Kingpin one?
Holy
no.
Okay.
This one. That one's great.
My gosh. Yeah. Look at
that's
that.
Great. Yeah,
now, this was going on when a lot of those like Hulkturized variants were going on. This is not one of those Hulkturized variants. All right. It says Immortal variant, and I don't know if that's what they're going for.
Right.
But this is different. This is not one of those one dude becomes another. This almost fits in with the story that's going on in Daredevil right now.
They were always all like spread pages and transformative. All these like immortal covers.
Yeah.
So when they made a Daredevil one, this was the best one.
Yeah, it was so good. I know this one's a favorite of Jason's. Fantastic Four Grand Design number 1, the Ed Piskor variant.
Oh yeah,
that was the Dark Knight or whatever, Dark Knight Returns play on there. Number 2, man, this one's dope. Green Lantern number 9 by Jeff DeCall. Oh my gosh,
beautiful!
Oh my gosh,
Love
are you
it.
kidding me? Look at that! Look at that!
So beautiful.
But
you may have turned that into my favorite comic cover.
Yeah,
of the year.
that's
dude,
beautiful.
look at that! It's just gorgeous.
Jeff DeCall is a beast.
Just a beast. But there's one better than that, I thought, and this is a weird one, dude. I loved this cover. It felt like the character. It was clean lines, different take on the cover. Flash number 68 by Mitch Gerards.
Very cool.
I love this.
Very retro,
so
like 70s Charlie's Angels.
I don't know why I love this so much, but it is amazing.
It's great. I love it. But that Green Lantern cover, dude.
I know, man. I know.
You can't mess with that.
I know.
My favorite Daredevil is the bloody Kingpin hands.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, Mastodon in there. Hey, Mastodon.
I had to go Punisher number 12. That's another good one.
Oh, that
I cut off of my list. All
right.
right.
The Punisher Baron Zemo one where he's taken off the mask from Punisher. Was that this year or was that last year? I think last year.
I think that's this year. I'm
the
not
Punisher,
sure. It's so
the
hard
Punisher
to keep
issue I had was he was
Clayton Crane.
He was standing up over the city and it was like purple. Oh, I loved it. This is hard for me. I gotta get back over to my notes and also put crap on the screen at the same time.
Multitasking.
No, I'm struggling with this one.
My
gosh, stop doing that.
My first cut of covers was like 60 some comics covers.
Wow. I had a lot. I had a lot on mine. But to be fair, on this list, it's mainly stuff I read, and art is subjective. Sure. But for me, it's like it's stuff.
Art
that
is
I
subjective,
read.
except for that Jeff DeCall Green Lantern number 9 cover. Everybody loves that.
That's true. That's true. All right, let me start at the bottom. For me, it is Vader. My covers are so simple. Okay. Vader, Dark Visions, number 4.
Oh, see, now Dark Visions number 1 had the cover where he was on the horse with the sword and the shield, kind of an homage to that Conan cover from back in the day. That was actually on my second or third short list, but
it was on the list till this one came out. I just love the visual of the X-wing, in his hand.
Sure.
Number 4 for me is Harleen number 1, Stepan Sajic.
Oh gosh.
How can you not love that?
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
So good.
So good. Yeah, that makes the list for sure. That one's such a good cover.
Number 3 for me, Fantastic Four, number 14, which is Mike Deodato Jr. You guys know I love Mike Deodato Jr. It's a very simple cover. I love that it's got all 4 characters. I just love the layout. Don't let the story impact your decision.
It's got a throwback to like the 60s and the space race sort of thing that the Fantastic Four stem from. So yeah, it works on a lot of levels. That's a good.
Very basic, old school, and I get it that if you guys don't want it on the list. I just liked that cover. Number 2 for me, Captain America number 8.
Oh, the Alex Ross cover. I know exactly what.
And you could also,
you
could also exchange this with Immortal Hulk number 18 because they were almost same cover. Yeah. I just like this one better.
Oh, it's perfect. But it's Alex Ross. He's always,
of course,
it's always.
I had Alex Ross Captain America covers on my list last year too. Immortal Hulk covers.
Can I guess your number 1?
Go ahead.
Spider-Man number 1 die cut.
Oh, I forgot about that.
No way. I thought for sure that was gonna be on your list, dude.
No. This is my favorite Captain America one right here. Is that one where he's walking?
That was a good that's Alex Ross too. Yeah,
that's a great cover too.
I'm so pissed that I didn't put that Spider-Man cover on there.
It's a good cover, man. That die cut cover.
Here's my number 1 cover of the year. Daredevil number 8. Chip Zdarsky doing his own cover. I love it.
It's throwback to just like
it's
actual
very basic.
art.
Very
well,
basic.
It's the Last Supper.
Yep. Right. And the shadow, I love the shadow, the symbolism of the story. Oh, just everything about it. I love everything about it.
I don't know if it's
I'm going through my meme page. Comics Misexplained on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. Not banned yet.
I use mostly covers for my memes, and I just put words on them. But this is probably one of my favorites. Is this Alex Ross Hulk?
That's a great cover, dude.
And it says at 840, I get twice as high, and by the moon it says, "Hell yeah, brother."
Somebody's in Antonio's ear because he's hanging out in the live chat.
Oh, nice.
after I was blowing him earlier.
It's nice.
You can't buy a brand now, but hang around. Wait for Way of the Gun. We're gonna plug the piss out of it.
Also, shout out to this Jeff D. Call one. It says "Boomers and Me Morning Earth."
Look at this guy. I didn't make a list, but I'm gonna plug that.
I don't have a list, but I'll find something.
Oh yeah, you got the Art Germ Catwoman covers, bro.
Dude, Art Germ,
they were unstoppable this year.
My favorite Art Germ.
If you get a raise, just steal stuff.
My favorite Art Germ cover this year was House of X number 1 Jean Grey variant, where she's walking out of a portal, one of the gates. Oh, it's so good.
How are we gonna iron this down to four covers?
I'll fight for the Jeff DeCall one more than I'll fight for my number 1.
That's when we get one more. Joshua Middleton.
Oh, I love Middleton. Oh, yes, that was on my short list too.
Oh, that Aquaman.
With the Salt Life sticker on the back of his truck. Beautiful art, man. There's so much great art out there. Some fantastic cover this year, man. My top artist is probably Middleton, Art Germ, as repetitive as some of it may be. DeCall. Can't mess with that stuff, man. Those three are solid. I'm trying to think what else. Alex Ross put out some solid stuff this year.
Every time.
Antonio says we're all wrong. Kanan White, she variant for brand Way of the Gun is the cover of the year. Hands down. Dude, we were praising Kanan White, how freaking talented he is. Don't lose that guy. I know you got him for Way of the Gun. Don't lose him, man. So talented, so talented. How are we gonna iron this thing down to 4?
Boy, I don't know.
I think the Green Lantern cover has to go on.
I think so. You're Alex Ross, Captain America. I'll put that on there. That Joshua Middleton Aquaman cover that Jason just showed off. Again, that was on my short list, so I'll vote for that one as well.
Cool.
I don't really care about the last one. I love that Flash cover, but I know it's just me, dude. I don't know what it is.
Right, that's the way I am with the Fantastic Four. I know it's probably not the best cover of the year. I just love it because I love the Fantastic Four. Yeah. I love Mike Deodato. That's just the way it is.
But my number 2, I think, is legit a possibility for everyone in the world to say, "Oh yeah, you're probably right. That's the cover of the year." That Green Lantern with all the cats. Oh my gosh!
I will say out of all your covers, I like the Flash and the Green Lantern the best.
I was gonna say there's so many like Clayton Crane and like Perillo covers too that came out this year. Like this is like one Perillo that came out this year.
That's rad.
The Batman Who Laughs stuff, or like the Grim Knight stuff too, dude. There's so many good covers,
so
man.
many,
it's so hard to
so
decide
many.
like a top 5 on that.
Yeah.
I like all you can do is like say like what artists you think are the best. Like I don't know, man.
Put the Harleen cover in the final 4.
Yeah, I think that Sedgwick cover can go in the final 4. He
All
should
right.
definitely get a shout out because that dude can draw.
So what are we gonna go with? We got Green Lantern cap number 8. That Flash. Are we going with Flash, Mitch Gerard?
We don't have to. We don't have to.
Of your 5, my 2 favorite were Green Lantern and Flash.
That Middleton Aquaman should go on there because
Cool.
I had that on my short list.
Nice.
So do you want to go
And Sedgwick. So
Middleton
Alex
Aquaman?
Ross cap 8, Green Lantern 9 by Jeff DeCall, that Joshua Middleton Aquaman, which I think was Aquaman 36, but I don't know for sure.
I can look it up.
And yeah, that
Dude,
Harleen
that's
number
some
1.
good covers
Dude,
right there.
holy crap. Yeah, that's hard to choose from, dude.
Yeah, I'm down
That
with
is
that.
very hard.
I'm down with that.
Nice.
All right. Next category.
I'm getting tired,
I'm
y'all.
excited for
My
next year
neck-
to like
my
give
neck
my full
hurt, man.
list of like what's up. Like
No, you're not. It's a pain in
I
the
am.
ass. It's a pain in the ass.
I'm making lists,
I have
man.
this
I'm like Santa.
ongoing
Making lists
text.
and checking them twice.
I have this ongoing text to myself that just grows and grows and grows.
I
all
use
year long.
Trello, dude. I've got it all sorted out with lines and charts and graphs.
You should have sponsored by Trello.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah. All right, what's next, book?
Where am I at? Best miniseries of the year.
This is the hardest. These are hard ones,
Ooh.
dude.
You know what? You know why this
tough.
one was hard? Because I have a ton on my list. But I'm going to go top 5. Best miniseries of the year. Number 5, Killmonger from Brian Edward Hill. That goes all the way
read it.
back to the beginning of the year.
Buzz.
Did Gomer, you didn't even read it, did you?
I
One
did
issue?
not finish it. I did not.
So
didn't read
freaking
it.
good, dude. It's so good. I wish more people read it. Number 4, Silver Surfer Black from
Good
Donny
choice.
Cates.
Good choice.
Number 3, Black Hammer 45 from Jeff Lemire. Maybe it's just me because it
Okay.
it
The
fits
World
my
War II stuff.
yeah, it fits me.
Mhm.
Number 2, Spider-Man Life Story from Chip Zdarsky.
Excellent choice.
Yes.
Expected to hate it
That is number 1 for me.
and then
Excellent
fell in love
choice.
with it. Number 1, Deceased, Tom Taylor.
Wow, no Banjax on that list.
Banjax is ongoing.
Ongoing. Yeah.
No, it's not ongoing. It's mini.
I think it's ongoing.
done.
ongoing.
It's
No,
still,
it's
it's still
not.
going. It's
He's
still
coming
going.
back for season 2, bro. Why
That's
did you
not
talk to
ongoing.
our guest of the year?
Okay. Well, I have Banjax on my best miniseries list.
It's still going, bro.
All right. I
Doesn't
also
count.
have an honorable mention to History of the Marvel Universe. Again, Mark Waid, Javier
Yes.
Rodriguez. Great.
I want a hardcover. I want a Bible of that. Like,
It's great.
Can I hit
have-
my honorable mentions before you go?
No, yes, please.
okay.
Batman Who Laughs from Scott Snyder.
Good choice.
Life of Captain Marvel from Margaret Stoll.
Hmm.
So good. I like. You didn't like
I
it?
did not like that.
I
I did
like
not like that.
I think
Like
I
it.
read like the. Is
No.
that when she finds out that she's an alien?
Yes.
See, I did read that.
I read the first 2 issues. I was
did
like,
not
this
like that.
Liked it, dude. I liked it. Black Widow from the Soska twins. Love
Mhm.
that.
Okay.
And Vader Dark Visions from Dennis
Good
Allen.
one. I have Joker Killer Smile, Lemire, and Tarantino
Cool.
Dude.
on my list.
The best, bro.
No way.
Joker
I'm
Killer
not-
Smile.
There's only 2
God.
issues of that out, and it's
I'm
Killer
a
saving
Smile
that for
series.
another category.
That is the best thing I've ever read. Like, that's
It's
all
so
I've ever
good.
wanted to read about Joker.
And that's just my number
theory,
5. That's
If
just
I was
my
to
number
make
5.
up if I was to make up a thing, an alternate
Yeah.
universe that Black Label is doing,
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, Joker naturally puts off like pheromones that drive people crazy. So just being around him
Yeah.
drives you crazy or makes you go insane. Like that's my theory about what's going on here and Joker
Yeah.
Killer Smile. But like
I'm not a Mark
that's all
Waid
I've
fan
ever
either.
wanted.
I'm not a Mark
Dude.
Waid fan either, Mastodon, but yeah, I really like that. Yeah, Bitter Root.
Dude, that artwork is
It's so good.
So good.
So good. That's hit a lot of lists. I also have Banjax, but you guys talked me out of it. Deceased is number 3.
Yes.
This
yes.
is an odd one because I didn't really know how to rank it, but I have Sentient by Jeff Lemire and Gabriel
Okay.
Walta on my list.
Really?
If there's a comic that I can't put down, and I got all those TKO books for free, they sent them to me. I was going to read the first issues of them all just to talk about. I could not put Sentient down.
I read it all in one sitting too.
It was so
Sat
good.
down and read it beginning to end, cover to cover.
But the only one I'll fight for, the only one that I care about, number 1, the series that was actually 2 series, Jonathan Hickman, Pepe Larraz, RB Silva, House of X Powers of 10.
Yes. Amen.
Literally
See, I didn't
changed
know.
an entire franchise.
I didn't know how to because spoiler alert for the next category. I almost put this as like an event.
I have Dawn of X as an event.
Which
Okay.
what is
Dawn
that?
of X is sort of what happens after House of X and Powers of 10, but includes it obviously because that's what changed everything to become Dawn of X.
Well, I think we just
But-
need to decide. Do we want Hawkspox in event crossover or miniseries? Because it's going to go in one or the other, but not
It's a
both.
miniseries.
Okay. So
I
then,
would think it's a miniseries, yes.
Okay.
But I
Then
thought
I'm-
Manjax was too, so I've been wrong.
I mean,
Really,
it's not done. That's why, like, you know.
yeah, it's coming
like-
back. He's going
Like House of
back.
X
Sure.
and Powers of X had a definitive like
Yeah.
beginning and end. You know what I mean?
yeah. But if I had to choose the rest of this list, Silver Surfer Black definitely makes it, and so does Deceased.
Yes.
Everything
Okay,
else,
so
I'm not
Those
sure.
three are
No,
tops.
well, I
dude.
think Deceased, Hawkspox, and you said Silver Surfer Black. All
Yes.
right. The one that I would die on the hill for at this point is Spider-Man Life Story.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
cool with that.
Agreed.
That means
Those
Killer
four.
Smile does not make it, but
It's gonna come
It's not
back.
done.
it
you
is
know.
not done.
When did the second issue drop? Because I was
Just
a week
laughing
ago?
about this.
Just like a
Yeah.
week.
So it's January. January?
No, it was
was
in
December?
December. It was the very end of December, though.
Because I told
it
you
was that
guys,
big, huge week before
that
Christmas.
second issue was so good, but I hadn't read it
Yes.
yet.
Yeah.
And when Jason was talking about it, I'm like just ignoring him because I don't want it to get
spoil stuff.
spoiled.
Yeah.
Right. And then when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, that issue was so
It
good.
is
good.
the best, dude.
I'm willing to keep Joker Smile off because everything else associated with that book gets so much love for me in other categories.
So
Yeah.
best miniseries of the year, the poll will be Deceased, Hawkspox, Silver Surfer Black, and Spider-Man Life Story.
Yeah.
What
bro.
a poll, dude.
Amazing.
We're gonna get some gripe for that life story. dude.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
I
bro.
loved it, but yeah, I
I
think we're gonna
loved
get
it so
some
much,
gripe
dude.
for that.
That's a lot of people's number one is that Spider-Man Life Story,
It's
dude.
so
It's
good.
so good.
Mastodon says he wants to get the trade for that. I own all the floppies, and I still may buy the trade. That's how
Yeah.
good it
Me too.
was.
I want to buy a hardcover when it comes out.
Yeah,
So good.
awesome.
All right,
Man.
best event / crossover. This poll's weird. Gomer, you got to go first though.
I got a weird list, dude. Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Justice League Black Hammer, Absolute Carnage, Year of the Villain, Dawn of X. And this is such a weird list because Dawn of X technically isn't an event. Year of the Villain isn't your traditional event. Absolute Carnage was great, but it had so many tie-ins. You'll notice I don't have War of the Realms on here because of that. Justice League Black Hammer was just a crossover, so I'm not sure if it's an event. As with Batman TMNT
No, it's
3.
event / crossover.
So it was rough, dude.
Justice League Black Hammer is a crossover. Batman TMNT is a crossover.
Well, I'll stick with these 5 then. But it was really difficult for me to choose this list.
For me, it was for me too. My list, I put Hawkspox because I didn't know how we were going to work that.
Sure.
So if you want
Sure.
to call it Dawn of X, whatever you want to call it,
I think
put-
Dawn of it. Yeah.
I put War of the Realms on there because it was okay. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
I did like Absolute Carnage. I really enjoyed Absolute Carnage. It's my number 2. I only put 4 books on this. Hands down, Justice League Black Hammer
Yeah.
is the best crossover / event.
I kind of wish Adam was here because he would so have my back on TMNT and Batman.
I think we can
3.
put it on the list. I have no
but
problem. What about you, Jason? Did you hear?
I wouldn't call.
Year of the
I-
Villain, though, dude.
I wouldn't call
mean,
Black Hammer Justice League an event. That was
No, it's-
So it's
it's
event
both.
/
It's both.
crossover.
This is okay. This
Yeah.
category is event /
Because
crossover.
we thought event would be so. What are you going to put on it? Event Leviathan?
War
Nobody
of the
liked it.
Realms,
War of the
and
Realms,
Absolute Carnage?
Carnage.
maybe
That's it.
Year of the Villain. Those are
I
the
guess
only
that's all that
3.
happened this year. You're
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's why
I think
that's
it.
why we combined it because it would have been 2 weak categories.
But there's so many crossovers that happen too, right? So it's like, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, which one? What was your?
I really like that Power Rangers Ninja Turtles crossover, bro.
See, but that's just
Top
started.
4?
That's still ongoing, isn't it?
So can we iron this down before we go further?
Yes.
Justice League Black Hammer is on the list.
Yep.
Absolute Carnage on the list.
Yes, I would say
Yeah.
yes.
The next 2 I don't know.
War of the Realms, I guess.
I would agree that was in the top 4.
It's probably got to go on the list.
I agree, if
even
you
though I
don't
don't
think
want
it
it to
does.
be on the list.
It's okay. I mean, like, I feel like the same thing about Absolute Carnage. It was okay. Like,
I
even the
love
tie-ins,
Absolute
though.
Carnage.
Like, the thing is, like, both those events, they're both Marvel, but at the same time, it's like they both all the times didn't even make sense or match up either. Like, it got messed up in editorial. Like, the editors didn't do their
Well,
job. Like,
What
so
about
it's
Year of
like,
the Villain? Is
I
it
do
an
like Year of the
event?
Villain.
There's
It's
a
still
lot
going.
of
It's
there are a
still
lot
going,
of
man.
one-shot tie-ins.
Yeah.
The whole Justice League.
No, you're right.
thing.
I guess that should be an event, right? You're the Villain.
Yeah,
It's still going though. It's almost wrapped up.
You're
but
right.
still, I do like how DC actually tried to try to make a continuity.
if only
You know,
Doomsday Clock would have done what it was supposed to
It-
do.
yeah, until it
I
got
could
ruined.
pick something different.
You're right. Oh,
but-
dude, should Doomsday Clock be considered an event?
I don't think so because it technically hasn't changed shit. It hasn't changed anything. It was supposed
Yeah,
to, and if it
it
would
was
have,
supposed to. It
yeah,
was
but
That's what they're talking about in the live chat is like Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that technically a mini?
I
For
called
our-
it an
for-
ongoing.
That's a mini.
But
That's a
for
12
our
issue.
word, it's a 12 issue, so it's a mini.
Yeah,
was
Even though it's
solicited,
right?
technically
It's
a
a maxi.
maxi.
Yeah.
But
But
we're
it
not
wasn't
doing an award.
solicited as a maxi. It was solicited as an ongoing, and then when
Yeah,
it
but
hit
that's
12,
what's
they
happened
just
with
stopped
Thor.
it.
We know it's going to be 12 issues as well.
See,
Drink some more wine.
the publishers
I am,
do
bro.
not help us.
I am.
The publishers do not help
You
us.
bottle,
Killed
bro.
that whole
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
Half the
Damn.
bottle out. At least. It's probably 3/4.
It's 3/4, man.
Nice.
Yeah, 3/4.
All right, so yeah, I don't know.
How
For
about this?
event.
How about this for Final Four event crossover? Justice League Black Hammer, Absolute Carnage, War of the
Okay.
Realms, and Batman TMNT.
I'm not going to go to bat for Batman TMNT.
I would go with Power
loved it.
Rangers and TMNT.
See,
over
I didn't,
Batman
read, I didn't
TMNT.
read that. I haven't
That was
read all that.
fantastic.
Drew Manchu loved that too, didn't he?
It's only one issue, but loved it. It was amazing.
It's hard to
See.
put something that's only one issue's come out.
I know.
Yeah.
That's not fair either because Joker Kills Smile is only 2 issues.
What about you?
Right.
You're the villain.
What about the live chat?
I
I saw
love Year
somebody
of the Villain,
say
dude.
Year of the Villain in the live chat. That would
Yeah, man.
technically be an event. William Pace says Year of the Villain. Also, we got 17, 18 hanging out in the live chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button.
Yeah.
Share out the link. Voice your opinions. Venomous
Yeah,
Ryan says Guardians was a maxi, technically, but we don't have a maxi award. So.
Yeah, William Pace. I don't know where Doomsday Clock falls in any categories.
If
I
it
don't-
would have changed something in the DC universe,
What are we
like
talking about?
it should
2012 awards? What is this?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
dude.
It ain't
you're
going
right.
on my list.
It's
for
2
anything.
years. It took 2 years. It should have been a 1-year thing. Took 2 years. I love Doomsday Clock, bro. And it sucks that it didn't happen how it should have happened.
I would
But
rather
either
you
way,
fight for a
it-
single issue of Doomsday Clock for best single issue of the year
Yeah.
versus putting it here.
even that,
Or even if you
like
could
quality
claim
stuff,
best
man.
ongoing.
2-year miniseries.
But it's not an ongoing. That's-
best 2-year miniseries.
so what do you guys want for number 4?
Wow.
You're the villain.
You're the Villain over Batman TMNT.
Let's do that. Let's do that, dude.
I think
Yeah,
You're the
yeah,
Villain was a good event, and it's
Felt
really
like a
all
waste to me.
DC's
Felt like a
got
bunch of
going
one
on.
shots.
It is, but like at the same time, that's like a more of a course to vote for something as opposed to like one little small series. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Calm down, JD. We'll get there, buddy.
we're getting there. We got
All
4
right.
more
JD
to go,
Comics.
5 more to go.
So that's
I love
it.
JD Comics. JD Comics is another comic horror homie. We're gonna start playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 together.
Oh,
And we're probably gonna
fun.
start streaming on Twitch sometime soon. So
We got to find a time to do a ComicCast Comic Core crossover
yeah, dude.
Where everybody
oh my
just
God.
floods in here.
That'd be
And we fill up
amazing.
the green room with 10 people and we just bring them in one at a
Holy
time.
Oh my
Yeah, dude.
gosh.
Tag
Be
team
amazing.
matches, bro.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do
Who's
it.
gonna watch?
Yeah, but there's also
That's a
wrestling
good
comic
point. That's a
core-
very
like,
good point.
wrestling thing. There's a lot of comic core homies that are love wrestling. That'd be a great like wrestling crossover too as well.
Oh, cool.
Well, how about you show up for the Wrestling Council on
I
Thursday?
don't watch wrestling, bro.
Yeah, me neither.
Gomer
sorry,
shows
I
up
wish
and
I
says,
did.
hey,
I said I would say hey and then leave.
I
Go
watch
back to
every now
whatever
and
the hell I
then.
was
I
doing.
creep. I don't say anything. I creep.
Yeah. All right.
so that's it. We got it finalized for event
Yep.
crossover. Justice League Black Hammer, Absolute Carnage, War of the Realms, and Year of the Villain. This next category is so awkward because we never could define how we wanted to do it.
Okay.
At first, it was best ongoing. And then we kind of said, well, we don't want to keep putting stuff like Gideon Falls on the list every single year.
Yeah.
So we said, but new ongoing, less than 15 issues.
Mm.
And then we said, well, I want Punisher on the list. And we said, okay, yeah, we can add that. So I have no idea what these lists are going to be. I don't know what the rules are. I'm just
Yeah,
going
what
to
is
run
this category?
down. I don't even know what the category is called.
The
Ongoing.
problem with a best
Best
new
ongoing?
ongoing series is it's difficult to get the main DC universe in this category because they just don't reboot and relaunch
I'll
like
tell you,
Marvel
the
does.
best, the not best ongoing is Batman and Superman. There's the worst ongoings.
Whoa. Oh, Batman and Superman.
Yeah, not Batman, Superman. That,
Batman,
not-
Superman.
List.
that
Batman,
Williamson
Superman's
book
cool.
is good. I have Money Shot and Die as honorable mentions. Die over at Image Comics.
Yes.
Everybody's talking
great.
about that, but I'm not reading it, and I feel
Die
like
is amazing.
I feel like it should be on our list because
Yes.
everybody is talking about it.
Die is
great.
incredible.
And I love the first issue and said I was going to get it in trade. I've just not had the chance.
So good.
I have a lot of Marvel on my list.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy by Cates and Shaw. Go ahead, Chad.
That's not ongoing though. It's not.
It was though when it was announced. It was announced.
This is why our list is so screwed up.
Yeah. I have The Last God by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Ricardo Federici.
Nice.
That's a Black Label book.
Mm-hmm.
Really good fantasy has been missing from comics for a while, and this is that. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man by Tom Taylor and Wonka Ball. I had to put it on there. I had so much fun
that
with
ended
the
at 12 issues too.
It's still going. I don't
No,
think
it's done. It's done, dude.
Well,
It's over.
Daredevil, Chip Zdarsky,
Daredevil.
Marco Cicchetto.
Hands down.
Punisher.
Daredevil, Hulk, Die. At least those three.
Punisher.
I dropped
Rosenberg and Kudransky is also on my list. I will fight for Punisher and Daredevil.
That's all. That's everything you got. Okay. Well, let me just say this. Let me say this. Well, let me run through my list, and it's all messed up. I got 14,000 things on it.
JD brings up Criminal. I love Criminal so much.
That's a great book. Great book.
Oblivion Song from Robert Kirkman.
No one else is reading that.
It's way over 20 issues. Nobody's reading it. Nobody's talking about it.
So good.
I love it.
So good. Yep.
Gideon Falls. I don't think we can put it on the list because it's so high end, but we all know it's the best.
Number
book on
one.
the shelf.
Best book in the shelf.
You're
Venom.
right, but it's not like a new ongoing.
Venom.
Is this category new or is just
I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna iron this out. Venom from Donny Cates because I don't even like Venom, but I love Donny Cates' Venom.
Love it.
Banjax, Ryland Grant is going on the list.
You ain't kidding.
I'm down with that because you guys flip-flop the categories.
Yeah,
so
it's ongoing. It is ongoing. It's new
It's so
ongoing.
good.
It makes
So
the list
good.
no matter what.
Awesome.
Detective Comics from Tomasi. This is
Yeah,
the
it's
first
Hard to
one.
argue with
It's the
that.
best
been
Batman.
great.
It's the best Batman story on the shelf.
Yeah, you're right.
It is.
It is. It is.
Black Hammer, Age of Doom, Jeff Lemire.
Nah.
I love it. I don't care what you
I
say.
did too. I did
You're
too.
wrong.
I love it.
Daredevil, Chip Zdarsky's my number
There
one.
you go. There you go.
So this is what I have for top three: Die,
Okay.
Daredevil, and Banjax.
I'll say Die, Daredevil, Hulk.
I would disagree with Hulk because I think it made the list last year. I loved it. But the hard thing about an ongoing, it's like we talked about earlier off air. It's easy to write a 6-issue stories, but can you continue to hold me in ongoing? And I dropped Hulk. It's hard for me to say, okay, I'm fine with you putting it in the top 4 when I dropped it. Something that I love.
Falls over Hulk.
100%. Gideon
over
Falls.
Hulk?
Gideon Falls.
Oh,
but
yeah,
can Gideon Falls go on this list? I don't
That'll
think
win
so.
every year for me.
Yeah.
As long as there is a Gideon Falls, it will win for me.
So we should put Gideon Falls on this list.
Just like Saga. If Saga had an issue out this year, that would be on the list.
Walking Dead.
Oh, exactly.
That's why we're trying. We never ironed out how this
I feel bad
category
putting
works.
Die on the list if I'm the only one reading Die.
I love Die.
I don't because everybody's praising it.
Yeah.
Jason said it's great.
so
The
good.
chat is going nuts about it. Die belongs on the list.
Yeah.
Daredevil and
Die.
Punisher. Daredevil and Punisher are the only ones I would even remotely fight for.
I would fight for
And
Daredevil.
I'll fight for Daredevil way harder than I'll fight for Punisher.
My problem with Punisher is
It's
it
just
ended.
over.
It ended, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a whole lot more issues than Daredevil.
It's not, but you're right. It's over. It's over.
I would fight for Daredevil, Gideon Falls, and Criminal.
What about Die? What about Die? Daredevil, Banjax, and
I love Die, but I love Criminal more than Die.
And Criminal.
What about
That's what
Banjax?
I love Gideon Falls.
That's what I
more
just
than
said,
Die.
dude. You
I
guys,
love Daredevil.
you guys
more
didn't
than
listen to
Die.
anything I
I
said.
love
I
Banjax
listed
more than
4,
Die.
and both books that you guys are arguing for were in that list. You're like,
Was it 3? We got to 5?
No,
we
I
did
thought
5.
Die, Daredevil, Banjax, and Criminal.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
I'd rather put Gideon Falls in there somewhere, but I mean,
Gideon Falls will win every year, just like Saga will win every year.
It was the book of the year last year.
It's almost like we've got to retire the winners.
See, I almost think that
Because
might
they'll
be a
win
good
every
idea.
year.
If it wins a category, it should be
Uh-huh.
retired and can't be. But that means somebody has to keep track of it, and I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Gideon Falls is so damn good.
It's so good.
Oh,
Best book in the
Venomized
shelf,
Ryan
man.
brings up a book.
Can we have like a
point
book of the
middle way.
year award where it's like always Gideon Falls?
It'll be the Gideon Falls Award.
We should make
Yes.
a
That's what we
Hall
should
of Fame.
label
Yeah,
Hall
the
of
new
Fame.
ongoing
Yeah.
series.
We
the
need a
name
Hall
that
of
award
Fame
is
to retire a book.
Yeah.
Like, this book is so
Saga-
good all the
Saga
time,
should
no matter
be-
what.
Yes.
So this is a Hall of Fame book.
Let's
so no matter
start
what,
it.
our
Let's
awards
start
and
it
our
now.
options, this wins no matter what.
Can we
This
start
book
it
here.
now? Can we start it now?
Yes.
Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Can it be Saga and Gideon Falls?
Easily, yes.
Are you
Those
guys good
two.
with that?
Yes, without a doubt.
Let me make
Yeah.
a note of that.
Yeah,
Okay, let's retire those two books forever because they're so
Yes.
good all the time.
they're
Yeah.
so
They're
good all
so
the
ridiculously
time
good
that they
that they have to be retired from options.
Yes.
right.
Gideon
But
Falls.
just letting you know, the audience, that they're so good, they can't be nominated.
We're not allowed to
Anything
vote
else?
for them.
Gideon Falls Saga. Is that it? We good with
Daredevil,
that?
bro.
Yes, those two.
Daredevil. You can't retire Daredevil.
You
It's
could
gonna
almost
change writers.
you could almost retire Immortal Hulk at this point, but
Right.
let's give it another
Yeah.
year.
No. For retirement, those two. Just that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Wow, what? Just improv. That's what we do
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, Venomized Ryan brings up Middle West Isola. I lost track of the story
Yeah,
in
man,
that book, Isola, but the art is so rad.
Yeah,
It's
those
like,
two had
it's like
great
Studio
art.
Ghibli, man.
Serenity, Hawkspox, House of X, Power of
Yay.
10.
Yeah, we're
made the
not.
list.
Yeah, we're doing the whole mass of X books as
Oh, yeah.
one big, huge mess of awesome.
So best new ongoing, Die, Daredevil, Ban Jackson, Criminal. Good.
Yeah.
I'm dope with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. What a great list. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Go out and read those books if you have
No
not
matter
read
what,
them.
read
Holy
those
crap,
four.
they're all
You
good.
gotta read those four.
I gotta
Those
get
are
Boogie caught up
must
on Die,
read.
obviously.
I got to get the trades, dude. I
Oh my
love that
god,
book.
dude,
You
you're
should.
gonna love it, dude.
I
I'm so
loved it.
excited for you to read it.
It's like
I'm
getting
so
sucked
excited.
into a game of D&D, man. That's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
the premise. It's so
Even if you
cool.
didn't like you D&D. You're like, wow, now I love this.
Well, that Rick and
I wanna
Morty
be a part of
D&D
it now.
book was great because
Yes.
of the D&D factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's
This
so good.
category sucks, man. Publisher
okay.
Publisher of the year, because I think you can't have a list and not put Marvel and DC on it.
Yeah,
They just
yeah.
have more. They have more ammo. When you get shot at more, there's bound to be more hits, and that's
Yeah.
what Marvel and
More
DC
troops.
have done.
So you're making a top four. It's got to have Marvel. It's got to have DC.
There goes
company
half the
that,
list.
the company that I'm going to fight for is TKO Studios.
I wanna vote for
I
Image.
will double. Or
That's
I will
my top four.
second TKO
Really?
That's my
Studios.
top four:
Really?
is Marvel,
What's the-
DC, Image, and TKO.
I will.
I would say
I'm
Image.
all over that.
Image, and I would say maybe either Vault or Action Lab.
Action
I
Lab's
feel-
putting out some good stuff, but they
I feel like
barely
TKO changed the game.
I 100% agree. TKO isn't
yeah,
just
I agree. They did change the game. Dude.
exactly. They're not
New
just putting out
policies,
good
new
comics.
policies.
Yes, they're doing things differently, which is you're right. Changing the game.
People watching
shaking
now,
things
if
up.
you don't know TKO's new policies, they made a thing about an idea I said on
Yes.
live. They probably weren't watching, but
they stole
said,
your idea.
They
Cantu.
did. They did. They said if you can buy the trade ahead of time, you can buy
It's
your whole
all
story,
binge,
the
binge
whole thing.
reading.
You can binge read
Yeah.
your comic book now, and that's fantastic. That's what I've always wanted. I'd pay extra to do that. Instead, they're like, oh yeah, it's like small charge. You can.
I've not read a book
Okay.
from them that was bad.
No, me neither.
Every
Me
book
neither.
I've read from them has been great.
Yeah, I want to read Sentience really bad.
It's good.
Oh,
It's good.
so
It's
cool,
good,
dude.
It's,
So
it's
cool.
good. So good.
And you can read all their number ones for free on their website. You know,
That's
they
amazing.
really are.
That's
Yeah,
great.
I'm
You
good
can't
with
mess with
those four.
TKO. That's a great option.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
I'm
Are we all
those
good with
four.
Marvel, DC, Image, TKO?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't-
Dude, man, Vault has some great stuff this year, bro. And so did Action Lab, man. Jeez.
Yeah, Banjax,
God,
yeah.
going to the
yeah,
chapel.
5?
Yeah,
If you could choose 5, what would you do? Vault or Action Lab?
Action Lab would
For
be
me
out
personally,
Vault.
Action Lab.
Yeah.
Most of my
'Cause I
friends would
read
say
more.
Vault.
I
Most of my
read
friends
more,
would say
though.
Vault, but
I read
okay.
more of Action Lab.
I did too.
So that's it.
Okay.
Marvel, DC, Image,
Man.
TKO.
All right.
We're not going to rant anymore about how terrible Marvel and DC are.
No, it's pointless, but
I
it's
so
not-
could, but
that's
they
why I
still
hate
got to
that
make the
category.
list.
Yeah, they have to be on
Yeah.
the list. That's why I hate the category. It's pointless. I
Yeah,
almost wish
Matt
we would
Stone
take
brings
it
up
out.
no love for Xenoscope and or Boundless. We made homies with Xenoscope at Baltimore Comic Con. They gave us
Yeah.
free comics and had some good conversations between us. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. Xenoscope did not make the cut for me, although that one horror comic did.
Oh, I don't remember the name. The Watcher.
The Watcher.
I hated it.
That was great, in my opinion.
did
I loved
not
it.
like
It was
that.
like Riverdale, but like
Yeah.
way more bloody and gory and like cult. substance to it.
You excited me to read it, and I never read it. And now you saying that makes me want to read it again.
I almost bought both, all the covers on eBay. There's like 2 listings of like all the covers. Like one's like A's, the other listings like all the B's. I almost bought them all. They're like $30 each. But I'm like, should I pull the trigger? I might.
Oh,
Serenity, you should check out TKO Studios. They got a lot of cool stories for real. Like Gomer said, go read the #1 issues for free. It's so, I hate using this word, but it's the truth. It's so diverse. Like their types of stories, the characters they use, everything is diverse. There's so much there.
You're gonna find something you like. You're gonna find something you like.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving on. We're about to get to the good stuff.
Oh.
Get to the good stuff.
Oh, boy.
All right. Whose turn is it? Who started ongoing? Me or Gomer?
I think Gomer did.
That was felt
Okay.
like so long ago.
Artist of the year. That means it's my turn.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Wow.
So I'll start with number 5. And this, I know this isn't going to make the list, but it's one of those things I was reading.
Is it cover artist or
No.
artist?
Interior.
Interior art.
Interior specifically, or is in general?
I looked at it as interior.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I think cover artist is more cover of the year.
Okay.
So for me, I read. Oh gosh, I was talking about John's comics with kids.
I'm so excited you guys are talking. That's awesome. I love that guy.
I was watching one of his videos. He was talking about Flash Rebirth, and I've read so many issues of Williamson's Flash run. And for me, when I'm reading Flash or Superman, every time I'm like, this art is so good, and I go look to see who doing it, it's Ivan Reyes. Every time. So I know he probably won't make the list, but for me, every time I'm reading Flash or Superman and I love the artwork, it's Ivan Reyes. Number 4.
Williamson's Flash has been amazing since Rebirth #1, but it's always the same story every issue.
It's
and I'm like,
down.
How does this guy write the same issue every time? And how is it so compelling? It makes you want to read the next issue. I don't get it. So I'm reading the same thing.
That's why
every
week.
So
many
I
issues.
Why I'm still reading it, because nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's the same thing
That's
every
why
week.
I finally
I
gave
want to
up.
read it.
It was my favorite Rebirth story for so long. And then I'm like, I'm the Godspeed stuff. And that's what John's reading. And I'm like, he's like, it's so great. I'm like, yeah, it was. It's like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Made Justice League Odyssey. I'm telling you, check it out, bro. You got to get into it. It's the one underrated Justice League story. Besides that, let's get back to it. I'm sorry.
Number 4.
Williamson Love.
And this is hard because when we're talking about artist of the year or writer of the year, they got to do a lot of work. But I'm still taking Stepan Sajic for Harleen.
Oh,
because
he had a book called Sunstone Mercy drop in January, so he's got 2.
But still,
I love Sunstone. I like Sunstone more than Harley.
And this is one that you guys may argue with. I don't know. You may be fine with it. I think he won the award last year. Ryan Stegman, Venom, and Absolute Carnage.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I liked it a lot.
He could be.
He didn't write both of those. He wasn't drawing both of those at the same time. When he started Absolute Carnage, another artist picked up Venom.
But still, his work on Venom.
I'm just saying, yeah.
His artwork was what made Absolute Carnage what it was.
I agree, and also Venom.
Yeah,
so great.
I have a short list.
Hold on, I got 2 more.
Oh, I thought that was it. Oh my gosh.
Number 2.
Go ahead.
Andrea Sorrentino, Gideon Falls, Joker, Killer Smile.
Oh my god.
Could have easily been number 1.
Oh, you're kidding, bro.
I know he's got a number 1. It's my number 2.
Joker Smile and Gideon Falls. You kidding me, dude? Those are like
it's not just
best
artwork.
things
it's
I've
the layouts
read this
too,
year. Top
so
2 comics this year.
Gomer, do you want to go ahead and say my number 1?
Simon Kudranski.
Yep, 100%.
Punisher,
Action Comics, Fallen Angels.
I have a short list. Trad Moore, Steven Sedgwick, Pepe Larez, Gary Frank, Marco Cicchetto. I don't care.
Trad Moore.
Marco Cicchetto was on my short list.
Yeah.
Cicchetto.
Yeah.
Wow.
My top 3, Jamal Campbell, Naomi Season 1 and Far
Jamal
Second.
Campbell was on my short list too.
Simon Kudranski is my number 2 for Punisher in Action. And yes, Andrea Sorrentino, the best artist on the planet.
Is
Joker,
this
Killer
top 5
Smile,
or
and
3
Gideon
or
Falls.
4?
Top 5.
5?
Top 5. We gotta narrow it down to 4. So it's safe to say Kudranski and Sorrentino.
Yes, and I'll fight for Cicchetto at this point since we're both agreeing so hard on Sorrentino and Kudranski. Daredevil was amazing.
Yes.
Continues to be so. So
you put Gary Frank on there, man. I love Gary Frank.
I don't mind putting Gary Frank on there.
I
don't mind it.
Oh gosh, is that going to be number 4?
He only had 3 books come out this year.
Yeah.
Not 3 series, 3 comic books.
But we're
Doomsday
talking
Clock.
about Stepan Sajic.
He
Same
had two
number of
books.
comic books.
He had two. No, he had 2 series come out this year.
Yeah, but 3 issues, right?
No, Sunstone Mercy was like a 150-page trade that came out at the beginning of the year.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
he put out a bunch of work this year for what he does.
He's one of the best.
And
man.
those Harleen books that he's writing, the book that he's writing, are Black Label, extra big, extra
and he did
thick,
everything.
and
Writing,
he did it all.
Artwork, coloring, lettering, everything.
Man.
I mean, I'm
But
not
would
talking shit
Case's
on Gary
Venom be
Frank.
so good without Stegman though?
Nope. And neither would
I don't
Absolute
think
Carnage.
so either.
This is tough.
But
Because I can't fight.
Where does
Sorrentino
Mitch
They're
Gerard's fall into this? I love Mitch Gerard.
He did a few issues of Batman. I don't know what else he did.
He did a lot of Batman.
He did a lot of Batman. Without that, I would have hated everything.
Was Mr.
about
Miracle
Batman.
last year?
Yeah, Mr. Miracle's. The trade came out in January, but it was technically last year.
Okay.
Comic Book Bob has Sajic and Gary Frank both.
Gary
on
Frank,
his
bro.
list.
Gary Frank is
What
amazing.
did Kenneth Rocafort do this year?
I don't know.
Sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
Yeah.
I
Let us
like
know.
Kenneth
Let us
Rocafort.
know.
He's got a great sort of street art style to it, and I love his work. I just can't think of anything he's
Bob's
done.
not helping because we're fighting between Sajic and Gary Frank at this point. And Stegman. Oh my gosh, dude.
I don't care about Stegman. I could take her to leave.
Oh, are you kidding me?
At this point,
He could have been my number one if
with
it
the
wasn't
names
for
we
you.
have here.
I know.
I have Pepe Larraz from House of X on my.
Ooh,
That was dope, dude. The 5
You ain't
when they're marching
kidding,
out of
bro.
that gate, that panel alone is
Wow.
rad.
All right. Pepe Larraz #1, bro.
See,
No.
I got drunk Jason thinking all over the place.
Yeah, he's
You
so
do.
drunk. He's so drunk right now. It's awesome.
He's like, yeah, Stegman.
Hey, man.
Oh, yeah, Larraz.
Dan Slott, yeah.
He's not wrong. Cheers to comics. You're not wrong. Stegman was a huge influence, but you're saying that Gary Frank on Doomsday Clock also wasn't an influence?
I would rather have Gary
I think-
Frank than the House of
Me
X
too.
guy.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'd rather
Oh.
have Frank than Stegman, though.
Me too,
I love them
yeah.
both. I would almost rather have Stegman and Gary Frank over
Things like
Chichetto.
Stegman
No.
wasn't a
I
house.
love Chichetto, man.
Dude,
I love.
So Stegman wasn't a household name until this year because of Venom.
That's
He
true.
made his mark because of Venom.
Last year,
But-
That was last year on
because he was.
it's
I
up to
think he was
22
artist of the year
issues
last
now.
year.
Okay.
I think he was the artist of the year last year.
I think so too.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Retired Stegman.
Let's get him out of here
Can't win.
then.
Get out of here.
I disagree.
It's hard for me, dude.
Gary
If I was,
Frank, bro. Is
if
number
I
one
was
for
gonna
me,
go
man.
to bat
I
for
love Gary
anybody,
Frank
it
so
would
much,
be
man.
Chichetto, dude. If I was gonna say
Chichetto
no,
interiors are ridiculous.
The
Oh my
problem
God.
is we're fighting over all of my favorite artists: Kudransky,
I know.
Speaking of
Sorrentino,
kids.
Chichetto, Gary Frank, Ryan Stegman.
Yeah.
That's like my 5 favorite artists. How do you narrow that?
Ridiculous.
yeah. This year, Mastodon. This year,
Yeah, this year. Yeah, Kirby.
Siegowitz actually had a book out this year, and it was not bad. But no, sorry. All right. So Sorrentino, Kudransky,
Chichetto.
Chichetto, Sejic.
Frank.
Are we just gonna say screw it and say Trad Moore
Stegman?
got it because Silver Surfer Black would
Wow,
not
Trad
have
Moore,
worked without
bro.
that art?
Trad
I left-
Moore,
I
dude.
left him out because it was one issue of one series.
Wow.
Silver Surfer Black would not have worked at
You make
all
5
without
at
that.
least 5.
I could put 8.
No,
easy on
it
this
only
list.
holds 4.
Yeah, it only holds 4 on the
Come on,
YouTube or on
bro.
the Twitter.
Dude.
I don't know what to do with this list.
And
man.
he's not wrong. Venomized Ryan in the chat. Chichetto did take breaks. Yes, he took breaks.
I'd rather see
And did he do anything besides Daredevil this year? Because I was
No.
looking, I couldn't find it.
Just some cover work, but no.
So, well,
but
but Gary Frank,
but the people were arguing with
Gary
Gary
Frank for
Frank
me.
did 3 issues
right?
this year.
Stegman,
Trad-
we should put
Gary
Stegman
Frank,
on the list. He
Trad
did the most.
You're
Moore.
not
issues.
wrong. If we're going by
Stegman
that
did
argument,
the most issues.
Gary
if we're going
Frank,
by that,
Tradmore. Gary Frank and Tradmore for sure.
Less
See,
work.
then those are our 4
Chichetto.
because I'm not giving up
Chichetto.
Sorrentino and Kudransky at all.
Shadow.
Stegman, dude, he
Stegman.
did more work.
No,
Wait,
Kudransky is
Wait,
making
say that
the list,
again. Say that
and
again, Jason.
Sorrentino.
Say that again, Jason.
Gary Frank. Stegman. Chichetto. And Tradmore.
No
See?
way. Kudransky and Sorrentino are making the list.
They've got to make the list. Those are my 1 and 2. Those are
I know.
Boogie's 1 and 2.
I know.
Oh man. Simone Bianchi on Sharky the Bounty Hunter was good too. Bob, you're right. That was great art.
I want Stegman on this list.
I'm okay with putting Stegman on the list just because of the amount of work. The amount of
right.
So now you've got Chichetto doing limited work.
I gotta have Gary Frank on there, bro. I gotta have Gary Frank on there. I gotta have Gary Frank.
That's limited work. Everybody on the list did limited work, so we should just put Ivan Reyes on the list
or Jamal Campbell.
But what did he do besides Naomi?
Far Sector.
Oh,
the only reason I'm reading that is because of that art. I know,
amazing, dude.
I know.
So how about
Jesus, dude,
Sorrentino, Stegman,
and
Jamal Campbell?
I'm dope with putting Jamal Campbell on the list.
I'd rather take out Stegman and put Gary Frank in there.
Nope. And it's because
I'm okay with those four, though. I'm okay with those four.
The problem is the amount of work. We have basically we've eliminated. Yeah, we eliminated the three that didn't do as much work, but they're so freaking talented.
I'm okay with those. Dude.
I still feel bad. Cedric's not making this list.
I know, right?
Limited work, though. Again.
You're right. We're leaving so many people off.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Well, you can make a list of greatest basketball players and be like, well, Michael Jordan played one game this year. It's like, no, dude.
No, it's tough, dude.
That's a good list, Bentley. Go with that.
I like it, too.
Yeah, man.
Wow, what an argument.
Yeah.
Andransky, Sorrentino, Jamal Campbell, and Stegman.
Yeah, bro.
Holy
this is one for the books, bro.
Holy
for the books.
What an argument. Jamal Campbell was briefly mentioned early, and then came back strong.
Like, that
I hated that Naomi book. I hated everything.
Me too, man.
Except the art.
So good.
Except the
Far
art.
Sector.
Same thing with Far Sector. I could give a damn about
that artwork.
Vague Green Lantern, but that art, man.
You're right.
Oh man, that was fun. That one was fun.
Jesus.
I think this one's going to be easier. This one's going to be easier, and then we'll save the worst one for last. Writer of the year.
Lemire, bro.
You want me to go here?
Lemire.
Yeah, let's just not even do a poll.
There's no reason for anyone to list their number one because everybody's favorite writer of the year is Jeff Lemire, and if it's not, I'm just not sure you're reading enough comics.
Yeah,
but I have
Donnie Cates. Comic books until you know Lemire, bro.
I have Chip Zdarsky and Donnie Cates on my short list.
Zdarsky is number 2.
Peter J. Tomasi did Adventure of Super Sons and Detective this year. James Tynion, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Batman TMNT, Justice League, Something is Killed in the Children, Justice League Dark. Tom freaking Taylor, Deceased, Detective Comics, 1017, just that one issue. He also did Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Everything you're saying, preach.
I'm sorry. Jonathan Hickman has to make this poll because he did the impossible. He took the X-Men, one of the biggest franchises in all of comics. No, he didn't. He wrote House of X, Powers of 10,
he wrote
X-Men,
a new language.
And New
he invented the language, bro.
House of X, Powers of 10, X-Men, and New Mutants. That's 4 titles. 4 titles. Now, I'm saying he's not a Jeff Lemire. Jeff Lemire, Killer Smile, Gideon Falls, Family Tree, Black Hammer, Justice League, Sentient, Berserker Unbound. And that's just off the top of my head. I could dig deep and get more Jeff Lemire. Come on,
You'll
come in and ruin it. You gotta come in and ruin it.
I'm gonna explode, Mule.
I love it.
Snyder is somebody you could have on this list, but I didn't have him on here.
Yeah, me either, man.
But I'll fight for Hickman. Because I know Lemire's making the list.
Hickman, Lemire,
Tom
Zdarsky.
Taylor?
Hickman, Lemire, Zdarsky. Those 3.
Oh, man.
Hickman, Lemire, Zdarsky, Holy Trinity.
All right. My short list, Al Ewing and Scott Snyder.
Perfect.
Ewing, dude.
Number 5 is because I'm a fanboy and you guys don't read anything. But Brian Edward Hill, Batman and the Outsiders is great. Postal is great.
Killmonger
series. Carnage.
Oh, that's not even on here, dude.
Yeah.
American Carnage was great.
So good.
I was so sad how he ended it. He had it in it because Vertigo folded.
Yeah.
So he's like, guess what? Everyone's dead. He's like,
I get it. I don't think he's not going to make the top 4, but he's doing big things in comic books.
Yeah.
Number 4, Tom Taylor. Gomer's already rattled everything off. Number 3, Chip Zdarsky. Number 2, Donnie Cates. Number 1, Jeff Lemire. So we all know Jeff Lemire's on the list.
Yes, easily. Hickman is the only one I'll fight for.
Yeah.
Well, let's iron out what we agree on.
Zdarsky has been a god.
I agree that all.
Did anybody read Invaders?
No.
Yeah, I love Invaders.
Everybody says Invaders.
It's my top 5 comics of the year.
Wow.
Invaders.
Wow.
Everybody says it's great.
I love Invaders.
Zdarsky, dude, Daredevil, Spider-Man Life Story, all that. Zdarsky's done.
Zdarsky crushed it.
Lemire and Zdarsky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you guys mad if we go Jonathan Hickman, Donny Cates?
No.
Oh, Tom Taylor's got to be on the list.
As I will not.
I prefer Tom Taylor over Donny Cates.
I will not fight for Tom Taylor because we whined about Suicide. At least half of the panel whined about Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Deceased, we raved about. The only other book he's got that's ongoing is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and as far as I know, I'm the only dude on the panel reading it.
He also wrote one of the best single issues of the year that we're going to get into next.
Yeah, I agree.
Didn't Al Ewing did Hulk? Did he do a life story, the history of Marvel Universe?
No, that was Mark Waid.
Al Ewing can't make the top 4. Here's the deal. If you're not going to fight for Tom Taylor, I will give you Jonathan Hickman if you give me Donny Cates.
I'll give you Donny Cates.
So Jeff Lemire, Chip Zdarsky, Donny Cates, and Jonathan Hickman.
Okay.
You have to have Hickman on here. He took one of the biggest franchises in comics and made it relevant again. It hasn't been relevant in 30 years.
Lemire and Hickman, top 2. They're gods, bro.
Yeah, like and that's not even talking about Hickman's Image stuff. East of West still came out this year. Black Monday Murders, I think, had 2 issues this year.
No, it had no issues this year, but it is going to end this coming year.
Yeah. I loved Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, dude. It felt like a grounded Spider-Man. It felt like a more of a Spider-Man has become bigger than life. He's on the Avengers. He's hanging out with the FF. I get it. People want to see him everywhere. Friendly Neighborhood felt like old school Spidey on the ground, doing human things. I'm sorry. For one of the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man issues is on my top issues.
I agree with Yul. Joshua Williamson is fantastic. Tinian is amazing.
Yeah.
But these are guys that deserve
many great writers.
Are they better than Lemire, Zdarsky, Cates, and Hickman?
No.
Dude, for me,
that
Hickman,
list is pretty solid.
Zdarsky,
I could argue that Cates off over other people, but I won't. Won't because I get it.
Yeah, Hickman, Lemire, Zdarsky are my top 3. Like you can't top those.
To give Hickman, I mean, I dropped Hawkspox. I just wasn't into it. But I told you guys,
you have to agree he changed the game for X-Men.
But I told you guys, I don't like this because I know what's going to happen. They're going to get to the end and boom, X-Men #1, and that's all you need to worry about. I started reading X-Men #1, and now I'm still reading X-Men. So I get it, but my problem is, what else did he do?
That's 4 books, and that's not counting his Image stuff.
It's not 4 books. He's writing.
I'm not reading East to West, but
that's 4 different series, and not only that, he's also the head of X. He's guiding the train, the X train, through the Marvel universe. And I'm sorry, I'm going to fight for that because
Snyder, I don't know, man.
He took X-Men and made it cool again.
Snyder's solution to everything is like hold hands and pray. That's his solution to everything. It's like Care Bear stare.
I can't fight for Snyder either because
that's Snyder's like Batman.
Even Boogie admitted it. The whole idea, the best idea that came out of Justice League this year wasn't his idea. It was one of the artists' idea, Jorge Jimenez's idea.
Yeah, Jorge is so good, dude.
Yeah,
his art is amazing, and he's gonna do some more art coming up for I think Tinian's run. Right, he's doing art in that.
Yeah, he's the permanent artist on that. I think.
And we have some Bermejo covers coming up for Detective Comics, dude. For Tomasi, I love those Bermejo comics.
And
actually looked at previews.
Snyder put out that Black Label book with Batman, and it was bad.
Terrible. It was
trash. It was trash.
Oh my god,
Tell me something Jonathan Hickman put out that wasn't great or life changing. Tell me something that Tom Taylor put out that wasn't great. Or anybody else who's in our list.
Hickman stuff has been life changing. You're right, dude.
It really has. It's changed X-Men, and it's not. No Tom King, Jason.
Venomized Ron says, "Didn't realize you guys had a Patreon. Consider me an official patron."
Oh, awesome, bro.
We do a 10 to 15 minute pre-show every week that we upload to Patreon, and it's
today's not so good. I guess.
Today's wasn't great. But if you think this is uncut and Jason's drunk and we're having a good time, we hold no punches in the pre-show. Yeah. So check that out. I think it's $4 a month. You get all those pre-shows. Go check it out.
Writer
Zdarsky, Lemire, Cates, and Hickman.
Perfect. Yeah. Well,
good.
Pretty good.
I thought that was going to go I thought Tom Taylor for sure was going to be on the list.
It's
good, bro.
He's good, but is he any better than Cates?
I like him better than Cates,
Tomasi or James Tynion.
I didn't have.
I like Tomasi better than Cates. I like Taylor better than Cates.
See,
between Tomasi and Taylor,
you didn't used to.
I would pick Tomasi over Taylor.
Remember when you used to like Donny Cates?
I still like Tawny Kid. I
Cage
love
made
Cage.
this
I love Cage.
in by
I still love that guy.
an ass hair. He barely made it in this.
I love
and
Cage.
I'm okay
I
with
do.
that.
I do. I love Cage, dude. I love that dude.
I have no clue how we're going to get this
Yule,
next list.
Tomasi made my list, Yule. Detective Comics is the best Batman out right now. And
besides that island story, that little 3-issue hiccup.
We don't refer to that.
Yeah, even that. Yeah, we forget about that.
That doesn't exist.
Awesome. Yeah. Man, that went better than I thought it would, actually.
No,
Champagne
I thought that
Bros.
was going to be easy.
New year.
Wow, Jason's going to be trash.
I thought you were going to open it with a sword.
Yeah. Hey, I got to work tomorrow like every other man, but
nice.
Guess what? Tonight is a special occasion.
We're celebrating
comics and ComicCast, so please, everyone, enjoy.
Cheers.
Next level, bro.
Here we go. Best single issue of the year.
Wow.
It's going to be a tough one.
It's my turn to go first, isn't it?
Jesus.
I think so. I'm happy to go first, Boog, but please.
I'm going to run off a bunch of random crap that I enjoyed before I get into my final 5. Random crap I enjoyed. Justice League number 25. That was the end of the 6th dimension and also the prelude to Year of the Villain.
Is that the one that had the hand sketches where it broke the fourth wall? Where it had like Mixapitalik, but it showed a guy drawing a hand that was like black and white sketched, drawing the panel of like
I think that
the Justice League disappearing on the panel.
It was the Superman story that Jimenez was it Jimenez?
That was a Superman
He was on the
story.
moon. He was like on the moon. And
he wrote it all like it was his story, and Snyder said, "Okay, cool, let's do it."
I was thinking of the Justice League crisis with Mixapitalik and Batmite fighting.
No, I don't think that was that issue. Was it?
I'm not sure it was.
This is the end of the Superman arc. Gideon Falls number 10.
That's on my short list.
Vader Dark Visions number 1. Gideon Falls number 16. House of X number 2. I dropped the series. That issue was a game changer.
Moira one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Moira one.
Yeah. Spider-Man Life Story number 3 was dope.
Nice.
Absolute Carnage number 1 was great. Berserker Unbound number 4 was great.
Berserker, bro.
Deceased.
I forgot about Berserker.
It's so great. You could take Deceased number 1 or 6. Both were great.
Yeah.
My list for
I like Deceased number 2 better than 1, but yeah.
Best single issue of the year. Number 5, Batman Annual number 3 from Tom Taylor. It was the Alfred story that talked about how important Alfred is to Batman. Batman does not succeed without Alfred. We ignore what Tom King's done.
Yeah.
Number 4, Man Jack's number 1. Perfect comic book.
Oh my
Absolutely
God.
perfect. Top to bottom.
And
Game
2.
changer.
Number 2, back to back. They're equal. I love those.
Number 3, Chad Johnson's gone. I don't even know where he's at. But number 3, Banjax, Mountainhead, number 1.
Good choice.
Great issue. I'm waiting on the trade. I'm not reading any review copies. I'm ignoring the series until I can get the trade. Number 2, I don't want Jason gone for this. Number 2, Joker Killer Smile, number 2.
Oh, okay.
The reveal in that book was so good. They're talking about treatment time and what is really going on. It's like Sixth Sense level reveals. Great issue. Number 1 favorite book is no surprise to anybody on this panel. Batman White Knight presents Von Freeze number 1.
Yep,
you guys
Big Willie. Yeah, Big Willie just called that out in the chat. That's actually my number 5. The Batman White Knight. I did an honorable mention to Detective Comics 1017. That was the Tom Taylor Cold Vengeance with the human trafficking. Gideon Falls 10 was on my short list. Another honorable mention was the Radically Ronin Ragdolls one shot together with the Drawing Blood Spilled Ink number 1 from Kevin Eastman and Troy Little. That was just a unique sort of thing that happened this year. Real quick though, number 4, House of X number 1, number 3, Ice Cream Man number 13. That was the Palindromes issue that read the same forward and backward.
What about the Hero Age or whatever, the phone booth one? Wasn't that like another Palindrome issue?
No.
I'm pretty sure Adam said about that. Doll H for Hero.
No, that was Ice Cream Man number 13 was the Palindrome one.
Right, but there was also a
I didn't read that. Yeah, I didn't read that.
Yeah. Okay.
My number 2, House of X number 2, The Uncanny Life of Moira X. Just changed the game. Just so innovative and genius is perfect. But my favorite issue of the year was Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 6, Tom Taylor and Juan Cabal. It was called Spider Bite. Spider-Man has this way throwback adventure. It reads like fan fiction. Every freaking villain is there. And then this little kid in a Spider-Man costume shows up and saves the day. It's just this big, huge, grand adventure. Great art. Very good panel work. There's literally a 2-page spread where there's like 50 panels on the page. Just so well done. But it turns out that this kid is in the hospital and Spider-Man is visiting him and they're having this adventure.
That was last year. That was this year.
No, that was this year. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 6. Okay. I won't go to bat for that because I know how this works. But House of X number 2.
That's on the list.
Without a doubt.
Because we both had it.
The first issue is on my list.
That is so important to comic book history.
Yes.
That issue alone was the biggest impact, the biggest crater made
number 2
this year was that issue.
House of X number 2.
Yes.
That is that's the number 1 must-read issue of the year.
100% agree.
If you're making Jonathan Hickman one of the top 4 writers of the year, House of X number 2 has to be on best single issue of the year.
Yep.
Amen.
I'll give Boogie Batman White Knight Von Freeze because it's in my top 5.
That was great. Yeah. That was great.
Loved it. So I think that's 3 issues that we've got.
The third?
House of X and Von Freeze. We just have House of X and Von
What's
Freeze.
the third then? You said there's 3?
No, there's only 2. There's only 2 that we've decided.
My number 2 when you left, Jason, and I know you're going to defend me on this, so I'm going to bring you into the conversation. Joker Killer Smile number 2.
I'm down with that.
God, dude.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. Like number 1 and number 2 are equally as good for me. I think maybe number two might be a little better.
And
I said it was like Sixth Sense reveal type stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like the series, the book could have ended on number 2.
It could have.
Right? It has been done.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
But I'm like, there's more. There's a 3rd issue. I'm like, what's going to happen?
I think we have to put Banjax number 1 on there. I think all arguments aside, I could definitely put that on a longer list.
Yeah, I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that.
Cool.
I did not expect any more love than my love for House of X. I have 2 of those issues on my top 5.
I told you guys when I read it how much I love.
Oh my god!
I love one of my
good.
other favorite issues from House of X is the one where the suicide mission.
Oh, that was House of X number 4, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's number 4, where Wolverine's punching the Sentinel head into the sun.
Yeah.
With his claws, and he's getting burned alive.
You know, say that the very next issue, we get the full dish on the resurrection protocols.
Yeah, and they're like,
that's just as important.
You know,
yeah, that's just as important.
That was so powerful, bro.
Yeah, dude.
But the thing is, like the issue before, where like Wolverine's like punching the Sentinel head like into the sun. At the end of it is like, no more.
Yeah,
all the pain we suffered.
The moment
more. That's their political statement. Is like no more. Posters like Obama, like no more.
Yeah,
you know, like Jesus, like that was like so powerful and strong because you understand all the pain they went through, everything that they've gone through history, and now is their time, and like they can be resurrected. You know, it's like this death doesn't matter because they'll come back. Like that issue is so good. I think that issue might be my favorite issue ever, besides the Myra one. But I think that one might be my favorite over the Myra. I just loved how exciting that was. The mission that went wrong. It went wrong. They got found out. Things blowed off. Members died.
Yeah,
and they still pulled it off.
Yeah.
It was so good, dude. That was like just Hickman at his greatest, man. So good.
What you got, Boog? What's the 4?
Dude, shout out to Venomized Ryan because I just got an email that he is now a backer on Patreon.
Oh,
so
sweet.
we appreciate that support.
Thanks, dude.
100%.
Yeah.
I was about to wrap the show up, and then I reminded myself we still have to talk about.
Oh yeah.
The
outright geekery
book of the week, Adam Slater.
Yeah, cheer.
OutrightGeekery.com, your one-stop shop for news, reviews, previews, podcasts, everything geek at your fingertips. OutrightGeekery.com. It's me. I Can Sell You a Body number 1, story and letters by Ryan Ferrier, art by George Cam. He's got a last name too. This book is, this will be short and sweet. We'll wrap it up and get out of here. This book was about a guy named Denny Little. He's a psychic medium, one of those dudes that can talk to people that have passed on, like that blonde chick on TLC.
Chloe, Princess Chloe.
No, what's that chick? I don't know what that chick's name is.
Wasn't that her name?
No.
Princess Chloe.
I don't know. She's a medium. Anyway, Denny also claims for the small price of $100,000, he can perform a reverse exorcism and bring back one of your family members from the dead, but he needs a body to host their spirit. This book bounced around way too much for me, man.
Yeah.
He's made this deal with this wrong group of people, promising to bring back one of their family members. They give him 48 hours to make it happen or else. And then conveniently, his secretary's not getting paid. She's out, so she quits and then later comes back like this demon zombie. He meets a chick, cool, whatever. There's some decent stuff here. I actually like the main character, even though he looked like the nail biter that Joshua Williamson did. But for me, the story was just, it wasn't that good. The art was great. Love the coloring. Not a whole lot going on for me here.
Awesome premise. I like the whole idea of taking this idea of the medium and flipping it on its head and saying he can do reverse exorcisms. That's cool. But this dude is just down and out, and he's got nothing going on, and they just kept letting us know how down and out he is. And I'm like, okay, I get it. He's not a great human being. He's literally talking about reverse exorcisms. That's like the worst thing you could do. Again, yeah, I agree with Boogie. The art was great. This was way too wordy for me too. There's a lot of words just to say the same thing over and over and over again. But I don't know, $1.99. I'll just rate it. I know Jason didn't read it.
It's $1.99 for me too. Jason didn't read it. Venomized Ryan says, guys, I bought a shirt too.
Oh, no way, bro. That's awesome.
Awesome.
See, Chad leaves and he's immediately replaced by a new #1 fan.
Venomized Ryan will be a host on the show within 6 months.
Sorry, Chad.
You better start keeping track of your favorite crap now,
yeah, bro. You're gonna watch something real and be real mad.
Yeah, we don't need an excuse that you weren't on the show when the 2020 awards rolled around.
Jason he held his own. I thought he held his own.
Yeah, man.
That's because he reads things, unlike Adam.
I do.
I think that's it, man. But thanks for picking up a shirt,
It's
Ron.
never ending, man. I could talk about comics forever.
Because you're so drunk. You're so
I know.
It's
I'm
that wine
drunk.
drunk.
I love
so
you
much
guys.
wine, dude.
I love you guys.
If it was a red wine buzz, he'd be like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
He's so happy. I love it. I almost don't want to go either because Jason's so happy.
I love you guys.
Oh, you do, man.
We like you, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. I'll take it.
All right. You're all
I'll
right.
take it. That's fine.
All right. I think that's it. I think it's going to wrap it up for ComicCast issue number 177. Again, follow us on Twitter at ComicCastPod. The polls will be going up sporadically throughout the next week. Once we wrapped up, we'll come back with the results next week, and then it's Interview Central for like 9 weeks.
And the chat, how dope is the chat tonight?
Best
Freaking
chat of
awesome.
the
The chat
year.
was on
Freaking
fire,
awesome.
bro.
Best chat of the year. Every Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah,
We're right here on the
Get in
S&B
here.
Network.
Tell your
Yeah,
mom. Tell
this
your
comic's
pa.
trash, bro. Don't read this.
Get out of here, Jason.
Talk with your money.
For Comics Misexplained, for Gaumer, I'm Boogie Bentley. We'll see you guys next week with the results.